Welcome, 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 friends. OG Murphy coming at you. We're getting ready to play our D&D game. We left on a cliffhanger last time, and it was a literal cliff edge as well. So that should be really fun to come back to. I won't worry about spoiling it. I'll let my players give you the recap. But on that note, this is a couple pieces of housekeeping. This is a casual game. This is the first world I've ever run D&D in. This group of guys has been playing for about a year and a half, off and on between two different campaigns. I'm fortunate enough to have another player who's willing to DM for a few months at a time. We are just having a good time. They're nice enough to let me stream this. It's not a made for stream game, but everybody really wants to have a good time, and hopefully you have a good time watching us. No offense is intended, and hopefully none is taken. And with that, let's get to it. All right, nice coming back on a monster belch. That's what you want.
Could you
Nice.
tell me your new number?
Hold on, Joe. I got it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah, I'm doing it.
All right.
All right. Last time on D&D, the party saw themselves after defeating the orc leaders and are almost inundated with loot, figuring out exactly what each item does and also figuring out exactly why these orcs are here. Upon some further investigation, it seems like I want to have it all written down here. The Salt Wing, Asmaru. Am I saying that right?
Amazru, but close.
Amazru. The Salt Wing is the one actually the reason why the orcs are here. It seems like the orc leader, and I have his name here written down. Where's he at? Here. It's in my inventory.
It's got a hyphen in it. That's how you know it's foreign.
Yeah. Tahaka actually was given a quest by the Salt Wing to go to the kobolds and figure out where the parties are, where our party is. He is actually looking for the shield, and we've also found out that he is also in the ruins we are heading towards. However, we've also additional information. We found out that we are, also in what's considered giant territory right now. We are warned that these smaller ones may put up a fight, but the elemental ones should be avoided at all cost. However, this, in Simone's opinion, that is one orc versus seven, adventurers. So who knows how much of a fight this guy will put up. We have also picked up. We also found along the way our little forest friend. Where's he at? Fornus, the fawn, who we did give him back his flute. However, we did omit the fact that we still have his wine, mainly because I didn't want Kythar to rip him in half in order to get that wine back. Where we last left off was in a narrow canyon road when all of a sudden this griffin, I guess, I'm assuming, I heard.
The griffin is the only model that I have for it. I don't know if any of your characters know the specific term for this creature, but it's basically it's a creature with the body of a lion, but the talons and the face and the bat-like wings of a dragon. But it's way too small to be a dragon, and only its underbelly is scaled, and its face. The rest of it is literally covered in fur.
I guess Simone would call it an abomination.
That would be an appropriate term, yeah.
This sort of abomination coming down and speaking to our sorcerer Atesk, like he knows him. Atesk, in a sense, however, had no idea what this thing is, and why it's attacking him. And where we left off is where the creature was dive bombing our dear sorcerer Atesk.
And that's his name. That sounds like a super complete recap. Simone still has inspiration. Is that correct?
No, I don't. I do use it.
There were 3 proper nouns in that recap, so you go ahead and take your inspiration back, good friend.
Nice,
granted
thank you.
to you. Thank you for taking notes and living in my world like it's a real place. Sweet. So we are talking is always free, but we're going to respond to this moment in initiative order, with the exception of Monzo had specifically left our last session with a readied action with his magic rope thing. in case someone had fallen off. Obviously, no one has fallen off, but Monzo with rope in hand, preparing a reaction for a scenario. Before we dive into the initiative, is there anything you would like to do, my friend?
Does it have to be rope based?
It would, because that's what you were. That was your prepared action, was to catch somebody with your rope. So it's got to be rope based. But if not, we'll roll initiative and we'll just go. I just wanted to give you the opportunity as the only one who readied an action.
I'm gonna shoot it at a Tesk.
Okay. And you turn and you look at a Tesk and you throw it and it disappears out of your hand and coils itself 3 times around a Tesk and reappears there, like tied to itself around him. And there's like this.
What the hell, man?
It's only about a 50-foot rope, and he's 20 or so feet away. But you guys will start combat with Monzo holding a rope, which is attached to a Tesk. And now if you guys would please roll initiative for me.
I was going to laugh so hard if it just like phased into his body and it just kills him.
Just a pile of intestines.
He only has like 10 lives, so it's like...
I would like to respond.
I know. I mean, that was happening to A-Test. I feel like A-Test would just try to take down as many of us as he could.
Oh,
nice! A Tesk. If there's any time to roll a 20 on initiative, it is in this scenario.
Yeah, you took all of our luck, though.
That's really great. That's a good time.
Oh my God, Joe! That isn't just a 20.
It like hovered between 16 and 3, and then fell on 3. Damn.
Okay, so a Tesk. I'm assuming you're at the start of us. What's your initiative final?
I'll load up my character sheet. I was too busy stuffing my face.
Okay, I'm going to write down a 2 and then leave it blank because I know it's 20-something. Icy Soto, that's Kythar with a 19.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else above that 15 threshold? No.
Nope.
I see that we have both Chris and Anthony at 12, so you guys can just decide between the two of you who you'd like to go first. We're a civil group.
Go first, Chris, if you want.
Well, I mean, you're closer in the lineup, basically.
Oh, because you're in the back?
Go first. Yeah. So I think it'd probably be better if you went first, because you're technically closer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so I'm bumping you to a 13, Simone. Sigbert is
12. I don't have permission to scale, by the way, and Simone's really tiny, so someone who does, if you could make him not as tiny, I'd appreciate it.
Okay,
really tiny.
So anybody else over 10? Doesn't look like it. Those of you over 5.
I'm at 6.
Yeah, 6.
So you're both at 6, so you guys can decide who goes first.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, I'm a little closer.
Monzo gets bumped to 7.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Do you have a negative initiative?
No. Most of my spells, except for the exception of like one, has a somatic component.
I mean, unless your DM plays that way, I don't think David has traditionally played that way, and I don't.
I definitely did at the bachelor party. A Tesk specifically was tied up by one of the monsters in the back cavern of the last dungeon you guys were in, and he had to make a check to get an arm free to use his somatic components.
Oh, what I meant was that I assumed that the rope was like wrapped around his waist, not around his arm.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Friendly stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking forward to the possibility of not having control of all of your faculties, and we're like doing contingency plans. I did not realize that was in reference to your friendly rope. No, friendly rope is friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly rope is friendly. Okay, cool. So it's not restricting my hands.
Consensual rope.
It's a consensual rope. Yes.
I mean, I have an idea for a test, but I also don't want a metagame.
Okay, so then on that note, you guys can now in character have an opportunity to react to this, and I would still like for you guys to, at the start of your own turns, do your normal character introduction. But just collectively here in this moment, this creature has like flown down, had this brief interaction with a Tesk where he was saying things like "It's time to come home" and "How did you escape the storm?" and asking these questions of him with his obvious familiarity, which Anthony had referenced. A Tesk had basically looked at him and said like, "Nah, I'm not going." In response to, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And a Tesk basically gave him like the hard way, I guess, answer, and this thing starts dive bombing him. Talking's always free. Do any of you guys have like audible speaking reactions to this? Do you guys want to talk
Yes.
and do any coordination?
Was it in common? What did it speak in common?
It was speaking in common, yeah, for all of you to hear.
Oh, I thought it was Draconic because I thought I asked.
That's what I
you know
thought
what?
too.
Actually, excuse me. It was Draconic at the start. I think the only thing he said in common, which I might have not differentiated in the moment, was "How did you escape the storm?" Is the only thing that was said in common, because that was like after a break in the conversation. But I'm sorry. Yes, you're both right. Draconic and common. Simone, sounded like you might have had something.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna yell, "Hey, puto, jump!" And I'm referring to a test to jump off the cliff.
Do you think that's a guy? I think he's here to get me.
Listen to him.
Hey, fool, you got? I mean, I don't know how much time we have to talk in between.
I'll let you
there.
guys talk a little bit.
And be like, hey, I'm gonna be like, you got a rope around you, right? And you got that puto over there holding on to you. This guy's dive bombing you. Fucking jump, fool.
Okay. It's better
I mean,
than
you don't
going
have-
back.
I mean, it's either it's either a fool. You either get dive bomb and attack, or you jump off and he misses you. Potentially.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding. What did he want?
I think he wants to take me back.
It's something about some puto books and shit.
Does he show he has the right A test?
I mean, I think he's gonna try and take me back to where I'm from. I really don't want to go back.
I could get to you pretty quick. I'm like 2 seconds away.
Don't worry, and I'll help the big man.
How far away, is the creature? As
he's
we're
about
like
20 feet off the cliff, and about 30 feet above you. So he's got some distance to cover. Maybe 30 is excessive. 20, 25 feet above you.
Okay.
Because he'd want to be close enough to see you, well.
But once I jump off, how am I going to get back up? I'm just sitting duck down there.
You got that wall of muscle to pull you up, fool. Don't you weigh like 5 pounds?
25 pounds.
That's what Monzo eats in the morning, fool.
And he could just change direction, and then we'd be like dangling you down there.
Don't worry, buddy. I take shits bigger than you. I'll help him out.
Or you can take the attack, fool.
Okay.
It's whatever.
You do have fireball.
Thinking about going invisible and hiding.
That's
I don't
not
know
a
if
bleep.
they
Don't
can-
tell him.
They conceive visibility.
So you're telling me, fool, that this abomination, you're gonna go invisible and you're just gonna like expect that it can't see you? This puto knows you, right? He obviously found you. How did he find you?
I don't
If you're
know.
invisible, is it
I
gonna
don't know.
fucking matter?
I don't know.
So let's
And
use
a
our
test,
brains,
in this
fool.
moment, you look up, and this thing is charging you. Please introduce your character and take your turn in combat.
I'm a Tesk. I'm a elf, a sorcerer, who hails from the College of Arcane Arts, of which there is a large abomination trying to kill me or take me back, or combination of the two. And Tesk, he likes adventure, wants to learn cool magic and stuff, in the real world, and can't do that in the college. So, but apparently they want him back. I don't know. Maybe he owes tuition fees. Who knows?
And I assume that he doesn't want to get mauled by a giant dragon tiger thing.
Not
Yeah,
ideal.
generally. So Tesk is gonna jump off the cliff.
He's gonna jump off the cliff. No check required for that, friend. If you're just jumping off, is where?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's like holding on to
wait,
a rope.
let me restate that. Let me restate that a little more clearly. A Tesk would like to use his combat expertise to find the opportune moment to jump off the cliff, so that the thing just doesn't go like, oh yeah, and then go murk me. So that moment is when I want to jump off the cliff, not just right now.
I hear.
So
Ready
if I
your
have to hold my
action.
action, then so be it.
I'm about to say, because it
Until
is
he's
your
in
turn.
melee
You can just
range.
take that action if you want. You start off combat order. So in this instance, you had the fastest reflexes. So like it's your turn in combat. If you want to just jump, you can just jump, or you can hold it until he gets closer. If that's what you want to do, I guess.
Well, like I just for the way things go mechanically, I feel like if I jump off now, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fly down to 10 extra feet and murk you." Like, if in response to his diving towards me, I jump off, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it too granularly, but
Yeah, I guess.
You see what I mean?
Guess mechanically, I will warn you that he'll use movement to get down to you. You'll jump off. You'll land wherever you land, and then he'll still have movement and turn to do stuff. So I think it'll work.
okay,
It about as well as you think it will. If that makes sense.
sure,
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'm still gonna trust the party,
Cool.
so I'm gonna do that. Jump off.
On my
Hey.
webcam, this is what it's attacking you right now.
As you look down, you can see that there's a platform about 15 feet down from where you are. Only a few feet diagonally. Would you like to shoot for that platform, or are you looking to get as much length out of your rope as possible to just unfurl down the side of the cliff?
I think I'm gonna go with as much length as possible. Got a big burly man keeping me up.
Okay.
Sure, I'll be fine.
Is this going to be a Gwen Stacy kind of effect where he's going to reach the end of it, just snap his neck?
No, but as he does begin the process of sliding down, he looks down and sees this large crevice which runs down the canyon underfoot. So as he jumps down, he has a moment to react and try and move himself anywhere he'd like to go. Would you anything in particular you want to do, or are you just letting yourself out of the rope?
I want to stay close to the wall, I guess, so I don't whack back into it.
Okay, cool. Let me see what I say. 50 feet of rope, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, so you like hop off and slide down, and let me draw a rope in here so that we can maybe have a little bit of an idea what's going on here. So this rope basically comes from Monzo down, hooks around the side of this cliff, and then comes down to where you are. And you're now looking up about 30 feet or so to the ledge that you were previously standing on, with the griffin now 50, or the monstrosity now about 50 feet above you. And that's just your movement. So you still have an action if you want to do that or ready that for whatever you'd like.
cast invisibility on myself.
Sounds good. You cast invisibility on yourself, and you go invisible. The rope does not. And so now this rope is coiled around an Atesk waist size nothing. And it's just wrapped 3 times, just dangling down here. But it's taut, as if there's something at the end of it. And Monzo can still feel the weight of Atesk on it.
Okay.
Whatever that weight may be.
It's only 25 pounds,
we don't
which is
know.
why I didn't bother having Monzo roll a strength check, because he's an elf, so he doesn't weigh anything. So it's just like, you can just do that. Cool. Anything else, my friend?
No, that'll be the end of my turn.
Cool. Kythar, you're up. Don't forget to introduce your character first.
I am Kythar.
Hi, Kythar.
Hi, Kythar.
Currently a recovering alcoholic, but that barrel of wine that Anthony has in his bag is looking mighty delicious. Barbarian, middle-aged, looking to fuck shit up and chew gum, and he's all like gum. So Kythar is going to make a sporadic movement as seen. Atesk jump off, and
that's all
Monzo
you
carry.
see is a test jumps off, the rope goes taut, and you lose sight of him.
Right. No, I'm lose sight of him, but Monzo, I'm assuming, is starting to rip it. So I walk up basically up to Monzo as fast as I can and grab hold of the rope and help.
Cool. Sounds good. You walk up to Monzo and you also grab hold of the rope. And as you pull on it, you accidentally tug a Tesk up a solid 5 feet or so before letting the rope out. You're expecting it to be heavy, and it just whoop, and you're like, it's a very light load on the end of this rope.
I was like, God damn, I do take shits heavier than this fucker.
Are you pulling it in?
No, I'm just helping.
No, I'm imagining him grabbing it and bracing himself against the weight, moving the rope a couple of feet to brace against it, expecting it to be heavy, and pulling a Tesk up on accident, and then letting him back out and being like, it's lighter,
It's like when you're fishing, you do that little jib.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But that does mean that a Tesk slides up the rock a couple of feet and then slides back down.
How much damage does he take?
Very uncomfortable.
And he's dead. All right. And do I still see the monstrosity in front of us?
Oh yeah, it's still very obviously fixated on the end of the rope.
All right. Hey, fuck off! And my turn.
Nice.
You taught it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Simone, you are up, my friend. Please describe your character.
Simone is a summoner elf who was previously a merchant and is now kind of globe-trotting as he kind of figures out what he wants to do with the rest of his life. And he thought, hey, a lot of these people make good money and get really famous doing this adventuring gig, so he thought he'd try it. And it turns out on his first night, he, managed to get a whole village destroyed. So he's just trying to kind of right his wrongs at this point. And also get people, have his party not die as much as possible. However, it seems like, they're willing just to stay on cliffs and get dive bombed. Anyway, so Simone is you're going to see his eyes, are you going to see the where his eyes would be behind his lokes go blue. You're going to see flickers of this energy kind of come around him as he starts to summon. And, it's not Wilb. You're going to see a dire bat be summoned onto the field.
Sweet. Because I know you've got fast casting and stuff, so you can do that in a standard instead of a full round.
That is correct. I've taken 5 ranks into where's it called right here.
He still effectively has summoning sickness, though. Yeah, he doesn't get a turn this round. He gets a turn next round.
I believe so. That is correct.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a turn this round. He is a size category large.
Okay, so we'll make him.
Just so you know, yeah. And then from
So there's a
there,
dire bat?
it is a dire bat. Yeah.
I had a dire bat named Batty once. He triggered all the traps in a dungeon that Becky had meticulously laid out for us, and it was very anticlimactic, but fun.
That's the best kind of game for the player and the worst kind of game for the DM. Simone is then going to take I can still take an attack onto this guy if I stay still? Or do I have
your
to do a
summon is your
movement?
standard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got a movement left.
I will take. These are 5 feet?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Cool.
Right there. That will be my turn.
Sweet. That does bring us to Sigbert, with Monzo on deck. Please introduce your character, Sigbert.
I'm Sigbert. He's a human warrior, former soldier turned mercenary, doing some odd jobs here and there, trying to keep a low profile, and then he got into this mess with this motley crew. Um, and that's Sigbert.
Thickbird.
Um, I'm just going to move up to both of my movements to right here. And then
Get him, Siggy.
that'll be my turn. And I'm just gonna, when he says that, I'm gonna look back and go, Siggy?
Yeah, fool. That's your nickname. It's a lot faster than saying Sigbert.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's funny. That's hysterical.
So he's taking both of his movement?
Yeah, both my movement.
Cool. Anything else, Sigbert?
No, can I, can I see the rope that's
Yeah, you can absolutely see the
basically
rope.
right
You
in
can
front of me?
see that it disappears, down the mountain side. But you probably, from where you stood, couldn't see the end of the rope. But you can see that it is still taut, and there's obviously something or someone at the end of it, presumably a Tesk.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, great. Then, as soon as the bad guys take their turn, Monzo will be up. I just need to pull up a stat block real quick. Okay. So, this creature who has bat-like wings, a leonine lion-style body, with talons instead of paws, and a huge quill of spikes coming off the end of its tail, a face like that of a dragon, a scaled underbelly, matted fur covering the rest of the torso. Obviously capable of speech, having spoken in Draconic for those of you who can understand it, and also Common, though admittedly with a strange accent. He looks down at those of you standing around the rope and says, I would encourage you to cut your losses. In Common.
Ooh.
How about I cut your throat?
Monzo and Sigbert, you guys are the ones he's kind of addressing, those of you standing adjacent to the rope.
Say, we don't know where Tesk went. He's gone. He's gone from this place.
I like that.
I'm just gonna kind of scowl at him and just grip my swords.
Okay. I like it. So, the creature says, "Very well," and flies 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
Is the shadow kind of like the area he's
Yeah,
above?
I'm using the shadow. It's exactly what I'm
Oh,
using
yeah.
to determine what's up. And this creature flies to the position that Simone was standing in at the rear of the caravan, turns, and places the dire bat, Simone, Monzo, Sigbert, and Kythar all within a line of each other. And electricity begins to cackle from its chest and its throat, and a 60-foot line of it shoots out from where it is to where Kythar is, and I need every single one of you guys to make me a reflex save, please.
Nice.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Oh, let me see what the dire bat is. Oh, okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna roll at home here.
Heyo.
It's a lot of dice to roll.
I don't feel good, Mr. Stark.
I'm just gonna start fading away.
Okay, and you guys all have your reactions in there?
I put mine in chat.
Okay, great.
And the dire bats.
Everybody except the dire bat takes 25 electricity damage.
Nice.
And the dire bat takes half, rounded down. So that would be 24. Half of that is 12 lightning damage.
Okay.
How do you use your inspiration, David?
Whenever you are going to make a die roll of a d20, you can decide to roll that a second time and take the higher of the two results before I announce the results.
You said 25?
25 damage.
Cool. And the dire bat takes 12. His life is...
And then the creature hisses down at the lot of you. If you do not release him, there is more to come. Certainly you do not wish to pay for his transgressions with your own life.
Fuck it, you can have it. I like going the rope.
Monzo still got him, so he's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, hey, it's your own puto rules that we're in this scenario anyway.
I'm sorry, what was that one more time?
I said, it's your own puto rules is why you're attacking us. You're in control of somebody else, fool.
I only want what I've come for. A test.
You are just a puppet to another master, puto. And I'm going to show you what we do to puppets here. I.e., we shove our fingers up their ass.
Are me and Professor Struva close enough to hear this conversation?
Yeah, everybody's yelling. Everybody's yelling and hissing, and this is all...
I am 100% yelling, yeah.
This is all public conversation, for sure.
You're not actually going to do that, right?
When we get this puto down to the ground, you bet your ass.
Oh, okay.
I bet. Actually, you bet his ass. I bet his ass.
Oh man.
It was like pumping his fist.
That is
It's like old man yells at cloud.
That is it for him. So Monzo, please introduce your character. It is your turn in combat. You're clutching this rope with a Tesk on the other end of it.
Yeah, so Monzo, he's late 20s, early 30s, light complexion, big round face, no hair. Or else it would have just burned off. Big belly. Looks like he could kick a barn door down. He has a worn kimono on. Like there's holes in it now. Flaps of it are hanging off. Underneath, he has a belt that spans his circumference. Lots of little knickknacks on there, potions. He's got 2 cauliflower ears, and he's a level 5 monk. He's been traveling with these people for, I guess, almost a month now. And that's Monzo.
Cool. You're starting your turn with this rope in your hands. What would you like to do, my friend?
Yeah, I can see there's a platform below me. Is that right?
Correct.
I think I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna go down there. However, I need to do that while holding the rope.
Because you're
shit.
holding a rope, I will ask you to make an acrobatics check, but a relatively modest DC.
So as long as I don't roll a 1.
Just so you know, by the way, my Direbat has a DR to electricity of 5.
Nice. Awesome. Super cool.
Yeah. Acid, cold electricity.
So he only
And
took
fire.
7 then instead of the full
Yes.
12. Nice. Yeah, very, very successful slide there, friend.
Okay.
So you slide down 20 feet, and a Tesk, you just go into free fall for like a half a second, and then the rope catches you, about 15 feet down the slide.
Definitely hear like a little scream.
He's knocked out at this point. He's out cold. With whatever's left of my time, I'm gonna start reeling him in, lifting him up.
Yeah, you absolutely have enough of that. With I'm going to argue with just your movement, you probably have enough to do that. So you reel him up, and as you get to the end of the rope, a Tesk is not on it. The rope is coiled around an empty space.
Oh, thanks for
Perfect.
lifting me up.
Who said that?
It's me. I'm invisible.
Who's me? I start swinging. In the air. Oh, hey, Des.
Does he hit me?
No.
Okay.
He hits you. You stumble backwards, fall off the cliff. Monzo ends up killing you. That's how a Tesk dies. Please roll up a new character. No.
He's all done.
They're done.
Was that just my move, or was that my full action?
That was just your move. I'm going to roll that because you moved so little that you could reel him up with the rest of your movement.
Okay, so Monzo's gonna he doesn't know where a task is, but he's gonna kind of use his size category to stand in front of where he thinks Monzo is, or a task is, and he's gonna make like a human wall,
Okay.
and then it
doesn't
mean anything. A meat wall, and he's gonna hold his action if the creepy guy gets in range. I want to do a stunning fist.
Okay, and that's 5 feet for Monzo?
Yeah, I believe it's 5.
Cool, excellent. Now, did you untie a Tesk, or can you still see where he is because of the coiled rope?
I have not untied him. I would tell a Tesk, hit the button. It coils itself.
It's a rope. What button?
Look, so the part around you see there, little
And
button.
it's around me.
Yeah. Well, there's an end, the metal end. Can you find the metal end?
Oh, right there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Okay. You just hit the button.
And it
Quick
all
release.
and it all releases and coils up into a nice coil and is in your the metal parts now in a Tesk's hand.
Why don't you hang on to that for a few minutes? Sounds like you could use it more than me.
I'm just gonna set it right here. I think it's gonna give me away a little bit. A little more invisible without holding anything.
Can't you So how does the invisibility work?
No, actually,
Is your
once it's held, I guess, once you're holding it, the item does disappear. While Monzo was holding it and it was connected to the two of you, the rope was visible. Now that you are the only person holding it at Tesk, it does vanish from Monzo's sight.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
should
hold
probably
on.
keep that. It could be useful.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a man of your stature.
Just gonna move over here. I can't move.
Yeah, and then my turn's done.
Think about
if he comes in my range, I'll stunning fist him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to erase this line. There we go. Great, love it. Then the next person who's up is Arthur, and Reed is going to wrap us up on deck. Please start with your character introduction, Arthur.
Arthur is in his early 30s. He's a level 6 gunslinger. He's from the Navy, so he knows how to use cannons, firearms, and the like. And he's on a hunt for a family heirloom, and he went on into his early 30s for a new adventure. And he left his life of war and academics behind.
I like it.
Yeah, so Arthur's pretty confused, but after seeing that giant lightning bolt, he's going to kind of want to stay away from the horrible lightning bolt, expecting another one. So
That's why you're a professor.
That's why you're a professor.
yeah, so Arthur does have a sense of should I stay, should I go? So he's going to get himself in. So he's going to get himself in position. So after seeing what happened, he's probably going to get like a little behind this cliff here and take cover. Hold his action for in the event that crazy demonic what Anthony call it, like an abomination.
That's right.
Yeah, the abomination comes close. He'll give it some lead, but until then, he's not in any mood to fight that kind of beast. So he's got his torch out, he's got his flintlock ready, and yeah, he's holding his action and turn.
Like it. Then Reed, you can wrap us up, bud. Don't forget to introduce your character.
I'm Reed. Reed is a young, supple meat sack. Stuffed into.
Gets worse every week.
Oh.
Keep it coming.
Stuffed into chainmail armor. He's really known for vacant expressions, dumb ideas, and hitting things kind of hard. He is from the Church of Aomade, and he's got a ancient shield that he carries around with him, and he's not sure if it's fate or coincidence. So, that's Reed.
Reed's introduction, gone sexual.
Every time.
Becky says #1 Reed fan. So there you go, Joe.
Wait, what?
I said Becky says #1 Reed fan. So you've made an impression.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Reed really can't do a whole lot right now because he's a bit of a slow boy.
You could do plenty. Just throw your weapons at him.
My one?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to throw the shield at him.
Yeah, that would probably knock him off balance. Why don't you try that?
Anyway, I'm going to move my 45 feet, and it's going to be able to take me here.
Okay.
Which is as far as I can really go. And that's using my standard action as movement. But I have 2 standard actions now, don't I?
You have a standard action, you have a movement action. We're still in 1E.
Okay. So it's attacking twice that I can do.
Yeah. No, it's moving twice you can do. You can move twice. You can turn your attack into a move. You can't turn your second move into an attack. So if you want to go farther without attacking, you can do that.
I see. I got you. Okay. As I run past Professor Struve, I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Hey, bud, I think we're gonna need all hands on deck if we're gonna survive here."
Speak for yourself. I'll look for a way around the cliff.
Stick behind me, and I'm gonna point to the shield. So can I plant my shield right here. Because as you said, it can
because it's a standard action to plant your shield.
Okay, I'm gonna plant my shield.
Cool.
In case.
And I'm assuming your safe face is the one between you and the bad guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Cool. Anything else, my friend?
That's it. We'll be done.
All right, then we are back to the top with Mr. Atesk, who is now standing invisible and free on a ledge, 12 or so feet down from where he started initially, but he's not dangling anymore, and he's invisible. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I am going to I think I'm just gonna like back up. How far is the distance between here and here?
About 10 feet. Well, and then down, so 13 feet.
I'm gonna back up over to here, like my back against the wall, and then so Bill, God damn it, that's great. And I'm going to ready an action to cast. I'm gonna cast sleep if the monster starts like bombing towards me. I guess.
Remind me how many hit dice your sleep affects?
Or hit dice.
A Tesk would know that is likely going to be ineffectual on a creature of this size.
Okay, then I will cast. This euphoric cloud.
Okay.
On it if it starts coming towards me.
Where do you want the cloud to be if it starts coming towards you?
On it, like dead center.
Centered on it.
Centered on it, yeah.
And how close to you is near to you? At what point does that trigger?
Ideally like 20 feet. Like if I see him coming directly towards me, I would cast it on him. Okay. If he's like trying to fuck up my friends and all that shit.
That's already happened.
You're right.
He is clearly
actively
Hey fool, he has clearly said what he's about to do, fool.
All right, I'm gonna
clearly
just cast,
said that he is going to try to kill you.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Euphoric Cloud on it right now, where it is, as it stands, with it centered in Euphoric Cloud. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Now, did our DM dictate the height of where it is?
I did. I said he's about 25 feet up or so, is where he is right now, front to the ledge. Especially now that he's like turned here. But remind me what that save is and how it's based. Oh, actually, I'm sorry.
Fortitude save.
Atesk is based.
Fort save. And what is the? Please read me the spell. What does it actually do?
I'm pulling up the actual good description of it right now.
Euphoric cloud. I actually gotta do a little look in here.
You create a bank of fog similar to that created by fog cloud, except its vapors are intoxicating. Living creatures in the cloud become fascinated. This condition lasts as long as the creature is in the cloud and for 1d4 plus 1 rounds after it leaves. Any creature that succeeds at its save but remains in the cloud must continue to save each round until your turn.
They become fascinated.
Oh, he has a lisp, right? This is.
Okay, great. I'm sorry. What was the DC again? One more time.
And that is a DC. Other thing. That's a Fortitude save with a DC
which is
14.
this creature's strongest stat.
Oh, well.
So here I haven't rolled in the engine yet, so let's do that. This feels like a moment for that. Yeah, big O save. Absolutely saves.
Does a Tesk have inspiration?
It doesn't work that way. When you
Okay.
cast a spell, it takes effect if they fuck up, not if you do anything special. So like, he doesn't have a roll to re-roll there. But good effort, friend. Good effort. You are no longer invisible.
You sure?
You
Isn't that the case? Or did you cast greater
Yeah,
invisibility?
no,
or
it is.
invisibility?
It is. It is.
Okay. I'll say, don't question me. I got this.
Ha!
I know what's up.
Ha!
Anything else you'd like to do, my friend?
No, I kind of moved back in against the wall to like make me harder to see.
Yep.
And that was pretty much it.
Cool. And if Monzo at any point glances over his shoulder, he will now see a Tesk pressing himself up against the wall. Kythar is up. Simone is on deck. Kythar, what would you like to do? You've just dropped the rope that Monzo has run off this ledge with.
Yes, I did let go of that. I'm going to yell to the group, I'm not running away. I'm just hiding behind him. And I run behind Reed behind the shield. I took 25 fucking damage of electricity. Fuck that.
Kythar, the cowardly fool.
Hey, I didn't run away like some
The
fucking
cowardly-
musket man over here.
Oh man.
Alright,
Here's
I'm
a,
still
what's up,
in-
Kythar?
not much, man. I got your back.
Not much, man.
You're following me in there, right?
All right, let me rephrase that. Not much, boy. I got your back. Oh God, that's so worse.
Reed's gonna be like, okay. Alright.
Just
That's
like
how it
school. I had my turn.
Anything else, Kythar?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Simone, you and your dire bat are up.
Okay, I'm going to fly my dire bat
Here,
up.
I got you. I'll move it.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Does your dire bat say anything?
As a swift action, I'm going to use Smite Evil.
You have Smite Evil?
Yeah, that's right. I can send you the page
Nice, cool.
as a swift action. And then I'm going to take my.
It must be a spell for you then, right?
No, it says as a swift action. You can add your bonus to your charisma as damage equals to +4 against any evil/good foes. Smite persists until target is dead or the creature rests. And that is because he is a celestial/fiendish animal. That's why I have small smite.
The more you know. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to take my 2 attacks onto him. Oh, no, he only has 1. Wait, hold on here. Let me see. Yeah, he only has 1. Sorry. And so I'm going to make my attack onto him. That is a 14.
14 does not hit.
Okay.
As they
That's
scrap
all.
in the air, tumbling back and forth in the way that winged creatures do as they strike.
Oh,
up
wait.
with
I get a
talons.
bonus. Sorry. I get a bonus to my attack roll because of smite. That is an additional +3. So 15, 16, 17.
Still does not hit.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
All right. They're still scrapping.
They're scrapping.
Simone. Simone will take his free 5 foot and he's gonna jump off the cliff.
Okay, you are unencumbered, and that cliff is easy enough to slide down that I'm not going to ask for a check. Monzo had to make one because he's holding the rope with the Tesk.
I am still going to jump.
Okay, sounds great.
Yep, and then my ring of featherfall will enable. Yeah, and I will land safely onto the thing, onto the down here. And I'm gonna look at Monzo and be like, Hey fool, this thing ain't fucking around. That dire bat's not really doing much.
I know I got him. As soon as he gets in close, it's not gonna be a problem.
And be like, hey Tess, what the fuck did you do, fool?
I didn't do anything.
Obviously you did. They don't send fucking putos like that after you unless you did something.
I didn't do anything.
Listen.
They don't like it when we leave.
Listen, you're gonna have to do something, fool, because fucking Kythar the Cowardly up there isn't doing shit. And people are starting
to.
Why am I getting shit? You have Mr. fucking Musket Man running.
I can't see him that far from where I'm at. And you can't hear me. I'm down the cliff.
You're yelling, aren't you?
No, I'm not yelling. I'm talking 10 feet away from me. And I'm gonna be like, well, hey, you're gonna have to do something, fool, because we gotta rally our troops right now because they're starting to. They were way more bullish on the orcs than they are on this puto. And then I'm going to.
Yeah. I mean,
take the rest of my movement there, and then I can still see him from where I'm at. I'm assuming the big guy.
100%.
Okay. I'm going to then, since I've only used my movement.
That's all you used.
Yeah.
Bring a Featherfall. That's cool shit, man.
Yeah, that's why. Fuck, I love that.
Yeah, you're the only person who's not in like dire peril right now because of that.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm at the bottom of the cliff, just in case shit gets real. I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Cool, love it. Plus 4 to your AC.
Plus 4 to my AC, and then that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Sigbert, you're up, my friend.
Okay.
At a glance, you can see all 3 of these figures underneath you, plain as day. Monzo, you're going to be on deck after the bad guys.
Right.
Yeah, that one there.
This ledge right here. Mm-hmm. Is it hanging over? So, like, if I go to right here, am I going to be underneath anything, or am I going to be still out in the open?
If you were to go under here, you're going to break line of sight with both of the battling creatures. And, you know, like, they would have to fly out to about this point to be able to gain line of sight on you again, and vice versa.
Okay. I'm going to move to right there. And then I'm going to hold my action to if the creature just gets within range of me.
Gonna strike out?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
That'll be my turn.
No? Okay.
No.
Monzo, you are on deck after the bad guys, who are going to go now. Anthony, under our new system, I'm assuming this dire bat is simply wounded at this point. He's still in the top half of his health.
He is on the top half of his health, yeah. I mean, I could just tell you how much. I mean, you're the DM, right?
I know I'm the DM, but I'm making decisions through the lens of what this creature sees.
Gotcha.
And so if he sees that it's wounded, then that's the decision he's going to make, right?
Yes.
He is completely going to disregard the dire bat. He may take an attack of opportunity if he likes.
Okay, I will definitely do that. Okay. So that is...
With your smite bonus, don't forget that.
Yeah, so... A natural 20.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
God damn it, yes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, it is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 damage. You got it. Puts this guy into the wounded category because now he has taken some damage.
Like as he tries to like get away, the bat with his bottom claws goes and kind of scrapes it.
Yeah, and just streaks past and tears into it skids past the scaled underbelly, but then catches on the fur and tears a gash in its back. And now it is dive bombing a Tesk, which will bring it within 5 feet vertically of Monzo. Would Monzo like to take his ready to action attack?
Yeah, this fight is over. Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Aaron, come on. Please don't Aaron this. Please don't Aaron.
I would like to keep an inspiration die on deck.
There you go. This perfect moment.
Okay, here we go. I'm praying to Amadei here.
Whoa!
There it is.
This group is still rolling to confirm, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So
hold on, wait. Did you want to
roll to confirm your crit, my friend?
Did you want to use your inspiration?
No. Well, let me see, because I'm using an attack, but it's a stunning fist feat. So let me just
make sure that damage actually can be modified.
Yeah.
Multiplied, rather.
A failed attack will ruin this attempt. Stunning fist foes. Yeah, they take a regular unarmed attack, and they have to do a saving throw DC 15. Fortitude.
Fortitude, his strongest.
So I am gonna roll to confirm.
Hit roll to confirm. I'll roll his fortitude save,
which is low. So just a regular attack, fortitude of DC 15.
And that's an 18 to save.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
That is a 7.
You didn't think the college was going to send a little bitch out to collect a test, did you?
It's like a 12.
A little bitch for a little bitch.
12.
Like I said, it's his strongest save. Keep that in mind.
11.
He's a very fortuitous creature.
Minimum damage at 4.
Minimum damage on a crit at 4? Bummer.
That would. Well, I rolled a 1.
So the 1 becomes
I didn't confirm the crit.
And then you add your modifier.
He didn't confirm the crit.
Oh, he didn't confirm the crit. I'm sorry. So plus 4. Got it. So you definitely get a blow in edgewise as this thing swoops down. Gets in a Tesk's face, and then rolls a grapple check on that bad boy.
See ya.
I'm gonna resist.
Oh, bye.
I know you're gonna resist.
Not consensual.
But,
not consensual.
I don't think it's gonna matter. An 18 probably beats you on its own before he gets his modifier.
What do I need? My CM.
Your CMD versus grapple.
13.
Ooh, yeah, he rolled an 18 and has a big O modifier on top of that, so he super snatches you right up. But that's his movement and his action to grapple you. So as of now, he has you in his talons, down on below ground level because you guys are on this, cliff thing. But he has you effectively in his talons at this point. And from this moment on, anything with a somatic component that requires you to move your arms, I'm going to ask you for a check for. It's possible that you can wiggle free and cast those spells still, but this thing has a pretty good grip on you. So, but that is it for its turn, and it turns and hisses at the rest of you around here because his head is he's so big, his head is basically up at foot level for Kythar and Reed. And he kind of hisses at the lot of you, says, I have no business with the rest of you, and turns with a Tesk in his talons, but he does not have any more movement left over.
You said his head is level with us?
It's almost level with you guys. It's like a 12-foot gap down to this distance, and level with your feet, not level with your eyeballs, level with your feet. Like he's like poking up above this ledge right here. And that is it for him. Monzo, It is your turn now,
So
my friend.
he is within grapple range of Monzo, is what you're telling me.
Ooh. He's
See,
size. He's
Monzo's thinking the
category
same
large,
thing.
though.
He is a size category large.
I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna latch on if I can.
Okay, roll a grapple check against his CMD, which Monzo's looking at this guy and knows that even with all of his training, this will be difficult.
I would like to use my inspiration die if I roll low.
That's fine. I will not announce the results until you have told me your final.
Okay, here comes the inspiration die.
Hey,
I
better.
got my 20 when it didn't matter. Okay, so that is a 20 to grapple.
Unfortunately, a 20 does not beat this creature's CMD, and he, with a few beats of his wings, easily removes himself from your clutches as you're attempting to grab on.
I'm gonna say, "This is your last chance," and then I'm done.
Arthur,
Drop.
you are up. Reed's on deck.
So Arthur found like this burden stone that's supposed to stick to something and make it fall down. If I remember right from my notes from weeks ago.
That is correct, I believe. Give me just a moment to double check, but I believe that's right. You still have to land an attack with it, but I believe that's correct.
Yeah, so Arthur will get in position, and since he's definitely within 30 feet, he's going to make an attack to get this magnetic, like magical.
It does, yeah, on that note, it is magnetic. It does say if it strikes a target in metal armor, and this creature does not appear to be wearing anything made of metal. Full disclosure.
The scale?
Okay.
But it is still very heavy, and if you could, I will say this: Arthur's looking at the burden stone and remembering the magnetic qualities of it, but feeling the immense weight of it in his hand, and he's looking at the creature and looking at the stone, and he realizes that this stone is not going to stick to this creature. He just knows that because of his experience with cannons and metalworking and artillery, and the fact that he is himself a smith. But this would be, if he could land this just right on the back of this creature, it would likely hinder it to some degree. What degree, he's not sure. He's never done this before, but it's still heavy, and if he hit it right, it could still cause problems. But he's in completely uncharted territory for Arthur at this point.
So with that all fully disclosed to the party, Arthur is going to make his attempt.
Okay, you're gonna chuck this thing at him.
Yeah, what do you want me to roll, DM?
You roll a ranged touch attack is what you roll.
Ranged touch.
Touch attacks completely disregard armor, including shields and natural armor. So it affects my AC on the back end, but you, I think, just roll your base attack bonus to it is what you do.
Base attack bonus. Okay. D20?
D20 plus your bad.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, what's your bad?
Plus 9, 26.
26, which beats even with his AC. So yeah, so you land this stone squarely on one of the wings of the manticore of this creature, which just crumples. It lands on the wing, and you watch it bend, and then everyone can hear an audible snap as near the tip of the wing there is some damage done as this impossibly heavy stone almost falls through the wing of this creature and then disappears into the darkness underneath. So please remove that item from your inventory, Stover. But it has definitely had an impact on this creature's ability to fly.
Permanent or just temporary?
You won't know until it tries to move.
Okay, but the stone definitely rolled down the cliff.
It definitely rolled down the cliff, and it definitely made extremely solid contact with the wing on the way down.
Okay, Arthur will communicate to the party. The magical burnstone made contact. Let's see what happens. See if this thing can fly. And then, since I still held an action from last turn, I take it that's no longer a thing because it's made it all the way around to my turn again.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is the risk of holding an action.
That is. And since I don't have any actions left, I'll end my turn.
Okay, great. That means that Reed is up and a Tesk is on deck.
I want to do a perception check, but I'm looking for something kind of specific, David. So I don't know if you're going to allow it. I want to see if there's a way that I can get down here, either by jumping onto him without, like, if I jump onto him, am I going to fall off completely? And if I try to jump onto him and I miss, am I just like fucked? Am I going off the canyon? Or what is this crevice right here?
It's a crevice. At the top, it's wide enough for you to slip in, but you can tell that it kind of narrows out and becomes wider. And almost undoubtedly, you would either become stuck at some point in the slide down or pop out of the crevice and tumble to your death. One of those two things would happen if you tried to go down that crevice.
Okay. And the jumping on him.
You don't know
I can
how
roll
he's
a
going to react if you jump on him. It is possible you can see using him as a landing point and rolling off of him, but you have no idea how he's going to react when you land on him.
Right. Is there enough space that I can fit down here?
There is enough space on the platform, definitely, but the creature is also definitely between you and the platform at this point.
Oh, he's like, he's long enough to cover the entire platform?
No, he's long enough to cover the left half of this platform and the gap between this platform and the next. I mean, his wingspan is his wingspan. He's, from here to here.
I see. Okay. Interesting. Here, everybody took a bunch of damage. I'm gonna channel positive energy for everybody.
What's the radius on that?
That, I believe, is 30 feet.
Keep in mind these guys are about 12 feet below you. 5, 10, 15 will definitely get a Tesk and Monzo. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet on the nose to you guys, plus some length down will not quite hit Simone.
How about if I was here?
That would hit everybody. That would hit literally everybody.
That's
except for the dire bat, and possibly, no, it would even hit Sigbert.
Cool, that's what I'm gonna do, because everybody took a shit ton of damage. I think it's 3d6, but I want to double check that. Everybody heals for 3d6.
And I apologize to my players. I'm about to pour myself my third glass of whiskey, so at this point, combat is what it is, and good luck, guys. I believe in you.
There's a disclaimer.
It doesn't tell me if it's a standard action or not. Does anybody, Anthony, do you know while I rolled the d6?
If channel positive energy is a standard action?
Yes.
I believe it is,
I
but
believe it is.
Everybody heals for 8.
Let's see.
Which isn't a lot, but it's something.
It's definitely something.
When they just took 25, I'm sure they're grateful for the 8.
Yeah.
Are you done, Reed?
As a swift action,
Ooh.
I'm going to cast Smite Evil on the man.
Okay, sounds great.
So all my attack rolls and so on and so forth. I'll be done. So if he gets close to me,
I got you. A Tesk, you are up. Kythar, you're on deck. A Tesk, you are in the clutches of this strange creature who has just hissed at all of your friends that he has no quarrel with them. Obviously, very determined to, or very focused rather, on you. It will be some work to get your arms free to cast the spell, but it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Would a Tesk know, have an inkling of a 6 hit die spell would be able to affect a creature of this magnitude?
Because this is a creature specifically affiliated with the College of the Arcane Arts, where a Tesk spent the first, I think it's like 40 years of his life or something, he would know exactly what this is, and that a spell of that magnitude is not enough to affect it.
All right. Then I'm just gonna try and break free because that's about all I have.
Cool. And you're limited by your own imagination, my friend. Don't say like that's all you have. You can do whatever you can imagine. That is the beauty of D&D.
I'm not saying you have to go back on this, but just so you know, channel positive energy affects allies and enemies.
Didn't David DM it saying that we can target it?
I have because Joe also played a cleric or a paladin at his bachelor party, and we allowed channel positive energy then. Or no, you played a barbarian. Somebody played one then, and we allowed it to be targeted then. So
Stover.
Stover played it. That's right. I have no problem allowing it to be targeted at least for this session. We'll reevaluate next time around.
Cool. It's a standard action, by the way.
Sweet, awesome.
Okay.
Tesk, you're trying to break free. You're going to roll a CMB grapple to gain control of this grapple against the CMD of this creature. And actually, I guess I should have asked you before you rolled. What's your modifier on that? Like, if you rolled a 20, what would your final be?
23.
It would be a 23?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and your final this time around on a 9.
In reality, it's only a 12.
A 12 is definitely not enough to break free, and despite the fact that you wriggle loose, you cannot even free one arm in the process.
Don't forget about the rope.
Would I have dropped the rope?
You're still holding it. You're still holding the rope, but you can't see a way to throw it, but you know this is a magical item. But nobody's told you anything about it either.
He's used it once.
Has he?
Click the button on.
Yeah, I had him use the button to de-link it from himself.
He hasn't used it. He's retracted it.
That's true.
I guess I'll drop as much of the rope as I can.
Okay.
Because I don't think I would just know innately how to use this rope.
But you're still grabbing onto part of it?
Yeah, I'll still hold on.
You could ask how it works.
What do I do with the rope, Monzo?
You aim the one part, and when you press the button, you'll hold the rope end, and the metal part will be where you shot it. Just aim it and press the button again.
I'm gonna do my best, given the circumstances, to aim and press the button.
Please ping where you're aiming.
At Monzo, I guess, as he's the closest to me.
Oh, I point at the rock.
You look at Monzo and you press the button, and magically, the metal ring which was in your hand is now gone and replaced by, you can feel it. It's a rope. It's replaced by the end of the rope, and you look over, and the rope has now coiled itself 3 times around Monzo and affixed itself, and the two of you are now connected by this tether.
I think it worked. It's holding the rope.
This is going to be a good plan. I don't think anything can go wrong with this plan. I think we're good.
Nothing's going to go wrong. We're going to be fine. And so I can try and cast a spell. No, because I did the rope thing and I tried to break free. That's it.
Now use your standard action on the rope instead of trying to cast a spell.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
Then Kythar is up, and Simone and his Direbat are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, David. So the map, they could strike him from up there. It's just the picture of the map is weird, right?
They could strike him up there, but it would be awkward. It would be like trying to swing at something that was, below your feet, kind of thing.
Like partial cover, almost.
Right, yeah. Partial cover is a great way to describe it. That's exactly the mechanic I'm going to use for these attacks. Even if you land one, there's a 20% chance you hit the side of the cliff instead and don't quite get down to the creature. That's exactly mechanically what will happen.
I really don't want to lose my brand new hammer.
You don't want to waste it on task here?
For the one shot? I don't know.
One shot.
For the weak, frail boy over there being grabbed by a monstrosity, I'm not sure it's worth it.
Wow. Somebody has a weak friendship.
I'm gonna look at Kythar and be like,
this is all. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, this is all character. Yeah, this is all character.
Perfect. Go ahead, Reed. You're about to respond.
I'm gonna look at him and say, if we have any chance of surviving this, Kythar, I think we're gonna all need to stick together, and that means we need a test too.
Okay, we all die, or one of us goes away. It's easy at this point. He just fucked us up, and he's not really. Doesn't. I'm looking at him up and down. Doesn't look like he's really taking much from us.
Well, maybe fucking hit him and he'll take something from us, huh?
I kick the. I try to kick the beast.
Kythar, it is your turn. You're going to try and kick him with your feet?
Yep.
You're going to make an unarmed attack against him mechanically. That's what you're trying to do?
Yep.
Great. Roll an unarmed attack against him, please.
18.
18 does not hit, but it is absolutely enough for you to keep your footing. And you go to kick him, and you do make contact with him, but it's like you brush the side of his head. You like ruffle the feathers that like come back off the crown of the scales of the dragon face. Like you touched him with your foot. You didn't actually kick him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tried. And my turn.
Simone, you and your dire batter up, and Sigbert's on deck.
Okay. I'm going to use my level 2 spell, Summon Eidolon.
What the fuck?
Okay, and that will desummon your...
This is what I wanted to ask you, because I know that in my thing they say that the same like energy that I use to summon Wilb also summons this guy, but this is a specific summoner spell. So are they at the same time?
I am going to rule that just mechanically... what do they call that?
Because technically one's a feat and one's a spell. And when you think of a spell, you think of it like happening
right.
And
technically rangers can have up to 5 companions, but as far as action economy goes, it tends to throw the balance of things off a little bit. So I'm going to rule that Simone can choose which ally he'd like to have.
As long as Wilb gets his full attack, then I will say Wilb. If you're saying that he has to wait a turn, then I will choose the Dire Bat and not summon Wilb.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my understanding goes, is that your new summon has to wait around before it is able to attack.
It is not a summon.
It's good to go right now.
It is not a summon. It's a spell.
It's a spell.
So I'm casting a spell, which then allows me. I'm not using my innate summoner ability. It's a spell that instantly calls onto my Eidolon.
And it's instant?
Yes. Let me confirm all this.
Because I know that usually it takes so many rounds, and you've shortened that.
Right. Yeah, that's the whole point of this one. Let me see.
Right. If you have truly gotten that down to an instant speed, then I will allow Wilb to attack in this round. If it takes a standard action, then too much of the 6 seconds has gone by, and Wilb does not have an opportunity to react.
Yeah, never mind. It says treat this as if you had summoned your Eidolon normally. What the fuck?
Which would take a certain amount of rounds normally. So you'd get that down, you'd shorten that from, 30 seconds to 6 seconds or whatever, but it would still take you 6 seconds to get him out.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it sounds like you're using your Dire Bat.
Yeah, that's stupid. What's the whole point of that spell then? Anyway.
Happy to reevaluate between now and the next session.
Yeah. So I'm going to then, have my Dire Bat come in.
And I'm assuming he has 50 feet of fly as his standard for most stuff in Pathfinder.
Yes, he does.
More than enough for him to close that distance.
Yep. And so he'll be doing that. I can't touch him right now because you locked him.
For you. I gotcha.
Thank you. And I'm going to do.
The table just went.
I guess I'll do an attack onto him then. Let's see. Heyo.
Nice.
That is over 30.
That's yeah. Yeah, he's on hit. He's not that hard to hit.
Okay. And then there. Hey, so that's
min on the first, max on the
12,
second.
16 damage.
16 damage brings him to about double the damage he had taken up till this point. I need to double check his stat block. Let me actually physically roll for him real quick. So he is still in the top 50% of his health points after that 16 damage. He is still in the wounded category. He is not yet bloodied in the bottom half of his hit points.
Gotcha. Okay. Simone will then take an attack onto him.
Great, roll your attack.
Mm-hmm. Where am I at here on the board?
And you're rolling. You're doing this with your crossbow.
Yeah.
So no cover from your crossbow. No chance of you swinging and hitting the side of the cliff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an unnatural 20.
That will also hit. Roll your damage.
And I'm gonna confirm my crit. Right? Oh, is it?
Isn't that only a natural roll for a 19 or a 20 on the die?
I guess you're right.
Natural roll.
Right. It is. Well, I have a 19 or 20 on my thing, so I thought maybe, but you're. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
You just let it roll. It won't. You can't get rid of it.
There we go. Damn. Okay, so it's just a D8. Yeah. 3 damage.
We'll just carry him over the threshold into bloodied.
Hey. And that will be Simone's turn.
Okay. Sigbert, you are up. Monzo, you're on deck after the bad guy.
Okay. So I want to move here. And then is the wing close enough where I can get to it?
He occupies enough space that, yes, you can strike out at this creature from where you're at. He has a 20% cover chance because you have to strike it down at him, and there's a chance that you'll hit the cliff. But, yes, you can absolutely take a swing at him.
Well, no, but can I, like, if I was to, like, is he close enough to actually, like, possibly grapple the wing?
Oh, grapple the wing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you just have to be able to touch any part of him in order to do that, and you can do that from where you're at. So, yeah, I will say that, yeah, he's grappleable, but I will warn you, as I warned Monzo, who is specifically trained in grappling as an art from where the land which he hails from, that this looks at a glance like a particularly difficult challenge to hold in place on your own. But you absolutely may if you like.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple the wing.
Roll a d20 and add your CMB to your grapple. I doubt very
It's gonna be
sincerely
11.
that will
Yeah.
make it happen. Anything to say?
No, I'm just say we gotta try to get this thing back on the ground as I try to as I'm trying to mess with the wing.
Can I yell something?
Yeah, talking is always free.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the creature and say, "This is your last chance. We got you pinned down. That guy up there on the above you. Do you know what birdshot is? He's got a whole bunch of it." And I do an intimidate, but I don't. I think that costs something.
Well, and a good DM will never allow a player to roll where there's no chance of success, and this is one of those situations. So, as you say that, he turns, makes direct eye contact with Arthur, hisses and snarls, and his tail begins to flicker. Like a pissed off cat. If
You
Sigbert
sure
is
is it?
done,
Yeah,
He's
I'm
in the
done. Sorry.
bloodied stage.
he is in the bloodied stage. This creature is going to, as it continues to flick its tail, it rears back and flicks it forward and then pulls it back suddenly. And all of those spikes and quills on the end of them, multiple of them dislodge and head straight towards Arthur. And because every single quill has to be rolled individually, I'm going to roll those in game because I don't want to roll that many d20.
Is Arthur behind my shield?
Arthur is not behind your shield, but there are 2 natural ones in the mix here. And in my game, a natural 1 is an automatic failure, so 2 of them, I'm going to argue, is a catastrophic failure as far as aiming goes. So these quills just like shotgun out, and it's one of those moments where like Arthur and Kythar like both freeze, and like each of them has like a scrape along, like, you know, Arthur has a scrape along his cheek, and like Kythar has like one along his shoulder from where these quills have like just grazed them and passed by. And they like look behind them, and there are 6 of these spikes, huge like foot-long spikes embedded in the stone behind them. The creature shrieks and says, "I will not miss again," and begins to attempt to take off with Arthur, and I am going to make him roll a fly check because he's wounded
He's taken off with a test, not Arthur, correct?
with a Tesk.
Yeah, that makes
13
more sense.
with his
Okay.
fly modifier. I'm sorry, did I say Arthur? I meant a Tesk.
Is he wounded or bloodied? I thought
He's
I heard
bloodied.
He was
He's bloodied, but his wing got hit with the burden stone.
I
So
see.
he's obviously not at full flight capacity, which is why I made him roll a check where normally he would not need to roll one. He did succeed and begins to move away, which means that as far as I'm concerned, Reed, Sigbert, Monzo, and the creature,
What about-
and the dire bat can all take an attack of opportunity now if they wish.
Would Arthur and me not be able to?
Because you
We
guys have
have
ranged
ranged?
weapons and attacks
Yeah.
of opportunity are only melee.
Oh, gotcha.
So Kythar.
Because it's like a pot shot as they turn their back type situation.
Mine was a 20.
20 hits.
I am
2 probably does not
What I-
hit.
Would I be able to have a double strike on that?
No, attacks of opportunity are just a single attack. At your highest, a bonus, but it's just a single attack. It's like you're swiping at them as they turn to leave, like getting one last shot in before they're completely out of your range.
9 damage total.
9 damage total, great.
Almost max for my punch.
So I hit for 24, then
A 24,
I
I'm
rolled
sorry, sure to hit. Yeah, that will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I got a 19.
19 hits,
Yeah,
roll
does
your
that-
damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay, cool.
8.
8 damage.
16 damage.
16 damage with the bat.
hmm
That
And I
is
got another full damage.
Cool.
15,
Nice.
Brings
20
this guy
21.
21 to hit, Reed.
That's correct.
That hits. Sigbert, did you hit with your attack?
No.
Okay.
It was only a-
then Reed is the only one that I need to roll cover for. A 1 or a 2 is going to save this creature. The rest of it is going to go through. 7 means he hits.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll your damage, Reed.
I did. It was a 21. It was 21 damage.
21
What-
damage?
Yes.
What was your attack?
My attack was 19. He
Okay.
said 19 hit to you.
Got you. I did not hear that
Yeah.
your attack to hit was 19. You jumped straight to damage.
Remember, I
just missed your
smited
attack.
evil before my turn.
No, I remember. I just didn't hear 19
Yeah.
to hit come out of you at any point in time, so I was not aware that was your to hit. That is 6. 96.
So 16 plus 21 plus
No, I got it. I got it all here. And with that,
He die.
because you guys are all collectively doing this together, you can all tell me how this encounter ends as this creature crumples and collapses into a pile of bloody creature and tumbles off the side of this cliff. What
What's
happens before
the
that is
order?
up to you. It's dead.
What's the order? Who hits him? In what order?
You guys all just hit him at the same time. It's all simultaneous. So tell the story
Oh.
together, guys.
I'm gonna say the first thing that the dire bat does is like come in and does like a flyby attack and like pulls out some flesh from like the lion area, like chunks of its flesh and its claws.
And then, okay, so second is you see my fist come out and like right on the thigh, like Charlie horse for sure.
You have your knuckle out when you're doing it.
So he gets the Charlie horse as he's trying to like take off, and he like stumbles for a second, and as his like head comes up level with the ground, I'm just gonna impale my sword into his head.
And you pull your sword out as this thing crumples with this cry and tumbles down through the mist below. And like 18 seconds later, you guys hear a very faint thump as it hits the ground. And you guys are back in free action. Congratulations.
Did it let go of Atesk before
It did let go of a test
out
in
of
the
the
process.
He decked himself in his claws.
And he
Where's
tumbled
your
down
desk?
and he's dead.
I'd say rigor mortis quickly sets in.
No, that was great, guys. But you guys are now in free action. A Tesk is now free. There's this like dire bat floating around above you. Some of you are on this ledge, like 12 feet down from the rest of you. A lot of you have taken some damage. What are you guys gonna do?
First
Oh, man,
question:
that
how
was
much
crazy.
First aid.
after that first attack? How much did you dumb down the creature?
I didn't at all. This is
Good.
This is as written stat block. I can, at the end of the campaign, I can send you the link as written.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I'm
Because
just
I
kidding.
do homebrew a lot of stuff. But this
Yeah.
guy is completely off the sheet, off the D20 website, like just a straight
Nice.
stat block.
Cool. I'm gonna immediately run over to Atesk and check his condition. Did he break his rib?
That's up to his player, who actually busted his rib.
I'm gonna say yeah.
So you run down to a Tesk who's clutching his side and wincing.
I'm gonna be like, "Are
It's
you
so
okay?"
bad?
I'm gonna be like, "You okay? You okay, buddy?"
Out of breath.
Don't make
And
him
you're-
laugh.
You're just gonna kind of see Simone like push his fingers like up to his eyes, where his lokes kind of go up to the top of his forehead, and just kind of rub his eyes for a second, as he's bloodied because Simone took 25 damage from the fucking.
Yeah, he did.
So, I think
Feels
Simone's
great,
pretty fucked up, and he's gonna go. And he's go, "Hey fool, is shit like this gonna happen again?"
I want to say no.
I'm gonna kind of put a little pressure on his rib and be all like, "Is that a promise?"
No.
It hurts a little, that pressure.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna call up to someone up top. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, can someone help this puto out? He broke his rib."
I'll go over with a rope. Hey, tie this around your waist.
No, we need to go down there and get him, right?
How do we get
Fine,
him?
I'll be okay.
He's
I'll
not
just-
dead.
Yeah.
Can
I'm
he
not
can
dead.
he get up? Can he climb up here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if we look at
You'll
a
be all
Tesk and look at Simone, which one looks worse off?
Oh, I'm sure Simone looks worse off at this point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am at. So I have a total of 40. Let's see, 46 life, and my current life is 21.
So
Yeah, I
he-
technically
he-
took
he
no
is,
damage.
He's bloodied.
Did you heal
Simone
for the
is still
8?
bloodied.
That is including the 8. Yeah.
That's including the 8. Okay.
Yeah, I took a bunch of damage.
I'm just picturing everybody like rushing around a Tesk. Hey, is everything okay, man? He has like a bruised knee, and Simone's like,
I'm fine. It's good.
Can
Don't
I-
worry about me, guys. Like,
I'm gonna do a second channel positive energy as soon as he says I'm pretty fucked up. Isn't that what you said? What'd you say?
Did someone ask me if I'm fucked up, or did you guys just see me?
Well, I just
Oh,
saw. I'm just
sorry.
looking
Yeah.
back and forth now.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna look down and see him too, and then I'm gonna do a
And
channel
then like
positive
what?
energy.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is just to make it more clear is that as soon as I see A test is okay, I'm gonna like kind of collapse to the ground
And then I'm gonna.
and just
Oh
be like,
man, Simone, are you okay?
you're just gonna kind of see my breath and be like, you know,
Ah, shit.
I gotta
a little,
help you.
seared there.
You know, now I feel how when Wilb hits those putos with his paws, and now I know how that feels. Shit, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, it's kind of
Well-
that kind of hurts, fool.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
I'm
tell me
assuming
about
I'm
it.
gonna see the like the positive energy come through and restore my body.
Yeah, and remind me, Reed, what does that look like to your party when you cast channel positive?
My
energy?
body like starts to glow, my eyes kind of glow, and the emblem, the Aomide emblem on my
Armor and shield. Oh, armor, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
How much does that heal for?
11.
But that was
For
you
some-
did a specific one. Did you do a channel positive to everybody, or did you do one to?
One to everybody because I can use 2 of them. I can use 2 lay on hands, and it's more efficient to use 2 lay on hands to heal everybody around me instead of trying to do it one at a time.
Doesn't channel positive energy cost twice as more as lay on hands though?
Yeah, so it uses 2 uses of lay on hands.
I see. So you can do 4 lay on hands or 2 channel positive energy.
I can do 3 channel positive energies.
So
Per
6
day.
lay on hands or 3 channel positive energies. I got it.
Correct.
I'm tracking. I'm following you. Cool. So then, I'm sorry, that was 11 healing to everybody?
Correct.
Yep.
Cool. So please record that on your hit points counters, everyone, as Reed begins to glow and you all feel 11 hit points better.
I am then going to climb on the back of my dire bat and have him fly me.
Oh, now you're just showing off.
Did you want me to make a ride check?
Yeah, why don't we have you do that? That
Mhm.
sounds fun.
Oh,
I got a
Sounds
pretty good
fun.
ride check. 12.
12 is enough to make it 12 feet up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like I'm gonna try to I know that I'm falling off, but I'm gonna make it look like I just jumped off of
You
it.
like jump off and like slide, and you're like, and you put your hands up,
Yeah.
hup, like stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm like, well, I feel better, fool. Thanks, Reed.
you
And
betcha.
then I'm gonna point at Kythar and be like, "You fool! I can't trust you anymore."
Oh, sorry, you can't see. I flip them off.
And I'm gonna look at the rest of the party. I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I'm serious. He was ready to give up a test like almost instantly. He didn't even want to try to use his hammer, fool, because he thought he would lose it. That kind of selfishness isn't conducive to a good party, fool.
He might just be going through withdrawals.
That's not an excuse. Giving up a test, I think to me at least, is like a cardinal sin. As
Yeah, we
you
were
would put
we
it.
were here together from the start.
Ooh.
For me, it's like I can't trust someone that would give me up instantly. It's kind of like, what if this puto salt wing sends somebody and says, "Hey, fool, I'll give you a bunch of gold if you go betray your friends." There's a chance that he'll say yeah, and I don't want that chance, fool. I don't know if I could be with him in the party.
I'll walk away from him.
Wow, really? That's fine. You can
Yeah.
do that. I just want to make sure. Which
That is
direction do
what-
you walk? The way you came or the way you're going?
The way I'm going.
Okay.
That's his choice. I'm still a part of the group. He can decide if he wants to trust me or not. I don't give a shit.
And with I don't give a shit, Kythar begins storming off.
I'm all, there you go. There's an example. Not even willing to stay here with the rest of the party. Can we trust someone like this? Am I the only one who thinks this way?
And that's the
I
last thing
think-
you hear, Kythar, as you step out of earshot.
All right.
I think
Um,
we might all be a little hot-headed from the encounter. And yeah, it was pretty messed up, but
Yeah.
What if he can redeem
Yeah,
himself?
So what you're telling
Everybody-
me, fool? Listen, it's what you're telling me, and I'll roll a diplomacy on this. So you're telling me if he was gonna let you go, you'd be okay with it?
I wouldn't be okay with it, but I'd be willing to forgive him for it.
Hey, are we in a scroll circle or something? Is everyone on the top part of the cliff?
Monzo and Atesk have not found their way up yet. They're still tethered to each other on the bottom layer.
We're gonna need some help.
Okay, Arthur's
We're
gonna
just
help
hanging
him
out.
up.
Don't you fools have the rope?
Yeah. I mean, he has the butt part though. Drop the rope.
Yeah, I mean, I put a task under my arm and I jump up.
Sounds great. And with your magic rope, no problem. You guys both end up back up top.
I'm gonna get up and say, "Hey, how's it going, everybody? We just made it up. Where's Kythar?"
He just walked off, fool. I confronted him. I can't handle someone in our party that's just gonna give one of us up like that.
Maybe he had a reason. I didn't see it happen so fast.
I heard him, fool. He said, "Go ahead and take him. I don't want to deal with this after he took that damage." Before we left for this journey yesterday, I asked everyone, I'm like, "Are we willing to die for each other?" And everyone said yes. And then as soon as we took the damage, fool, he fucking decided to be like, "Hey, take him." That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. That shit to me is unforgivable.
Ooh, with the callbacks, that continuity though. Mwah, perfect. Love it.
I'm gonna
We're
look
all
at
working
all.
on things. Maybe I could like apologize.
Listen, don't make excuses for him. You see that puto? He walked down the fucking road. Is he right here with us, defending himself, wanting to be in this group? Nah, fool. He walked off. And I'm gonna grab the wine out of my bag and I'm gonna throw it off the edge of the cliff and be like, "Fuck that."
Please remove it from your inventory as you all
I
watch
will.
the wine, sail off the edge of the cliff and tumble down. Kythar, please roll me a perception check.
I got-
By the way, Soto, just so you know, this is nothing
24.
against you. Just so you know, this is just all character
This
stuff.
sounds like
I
roleplay.
feel like, yeah. Just make sure you know. I'm not. This is totally not. This is just if Simone would have saw the way you act, especially after all of our conversations. I'm just letting you know this is total role play. Okay. All right.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Yeah. Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Your final, Soto.
24.
24. You hear the sound of glass breaking far, far beneath you as an incredibly distant sound, but it was faint.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But you
I
heard
think to
it.
myself, like, oh, a test fell off. He hurt himself.
Cool, love it.
Uh,
And are you going to continue moving, Kythar?
I'm going down the way that we were all walking towards anyway.
I love it.
Catch up once in a while.
Flashback to the party. Simone has just thrown this wine bottle off the edge of the cliff, and 18 seconds later, the faint sound of glass breaking reaches your ears. Please continue, friends.
I think the one person we're forgetting all of this is Atesk. Atesk, what do you think about this?
I mean, I'm just glad you guys aren't mad at me for having this giant monster try and come and kill us all.
Oh no, that's
was
a conversation. That's a conversation for later.
No. We've moved past that. I think as a group, we've accepted what happened and moved past it.
We have not moved past it. We don't know what in the fuck you're involved with, and that's way out of character for Reed. But if they're gonna keep sending big baddies at us, I think we might want to figure this out. And I'm not the brains of the operation here.
You're muted.
I'm not the brains of the operation.
I don't know of anybody else that that's escaped from the college. I don't really know what they do when you leave.
And
I think we know.
They don't like it.
And what do you
obviously.
mean you left? Did you just walk out the front door?
Well, no, there's not really a front door.
Oh.
I mean, you have to be creative.
Define creative.
Exploit a few opportunities to, make your way out of the castle.
I'm gonna look around at everybody
College?
else. So I'm gonna say, so it doesn't look like he left. More like
Tess,
he
please check your
escaped.
Discord messages. Or Tyler, please check your Discord messages. Reed, go ahead.
I say it doesn't sound like he left. It sounds more like he escaped.
Well, they don't really let you leave, so you have to get creative. You put some laundry somewhere. You get moved to a place. Sometimes you may or may not have to eliminate a couple of prying eyes, and then you just
I'm looking around
leave when they're not looking.
Party while he's saying all of this.
I joyfully have no presence here. This is all you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, we all have backstories. Where'd you come from? Huh? You just leave your school too?
You sack of meat.
Looking through your chainmail there?
Hey, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying, didn't you come from a school too? Isn't it just like, doesn't that just happen? I don't know.
I grew up in a church where they taught me this thing, and I'm gonna hold up the Bible, or not the Bible, the
Your religious
holy
text. Yeah.
My religious text. I don't know that I have a name for it specifically. I'll have to check that. Remind me. And then they taught me how to fight. That's about it.
And they taught us how to be creative.
And then at 18,
and magic.
they kind of sent me off to some mission work and said, "Go fight evil," more or less.
I mean, they want to send you out to die. They want me to die to come back. It's all the same thing.
But here's the thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You seem like you're doing the opposite of that.
Who's to say? I just wanted to learn a little more about the world. And it's pretty fun.
Have you met that thing before? Do you know who these are?
Yeah.
Will they keep coming?
Please keep role playing. I just got a call from my brother. It's uncharacteristic for him to call me this late. I'm just going to make sure everything's okay. Please keep role playing. I'll be right back.
Insert the DM explaining what those creatures are. Because I have no idea what they actually are. A Tusk would totally know.
He sent you something in Discord, didn't he?
Yeah, but it wasn't that.
Oh. All right.
I came from a school too, but I left voluntarily.
I guess what a test while we wait for you to remember what these creatures are. What do you think about Kythar?
Understandably, it's a very scary thing, when you haven't seen them before. But we were attacked by a dragon, and we did try to run away and didn't really save that many people. So I can see how he wants to leave me behind. Personally, I'm a little offended. I didn't want to go. Would have been nice if he wanted to save me. That would have been. But I can forgive him at the end of the day. I'm sure he can redeem himself.
Someone's gonna look at the professor and be like, "Hey, fool, you in the Navy? If there's a traitor in the Navy, what do they do to traitors? What do they do to betrayers? To people who are willing to give up their brothers?"
Give up their brothers. This still on the ship?
Sure.
This were on the ship, and it was giving up their brother, let's say, and if there was a raid, capital offense. So that way the rest of the morale of the ship would remain unbroken.
Wait, are you saying we need to kill?
Listen, I'm not willing to go that far.
I'm not gonna kill
You asked what the Navy does. That's what they do.
And you're right, fool. What I'm trying to get at is that this type of behavior requires an extreme response.
We can't just leave him here.
Says who?
Where I'm from, we have them wrestle, and whoever wins the wrestle.
You want to wrestle him?
No, I mean you'd wrestle him in this
Oh,
example.
I don't think that's gonna work out too well for me. But I'm open to other ideas.
Sigbert, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, we can't trust him now. I mean,
Okay.
to be fair, he doesn't have any of our backs, but I mean, we probably kind of still need him.
That's my thoughts. What if we keep him around until we get the thing that we're getting?
To then
And
what? When we become more valuable, he then can sell us out? I'm
if
not
he does,
convinced. I'm
if he
not
doesn't,
convinced.
if he doesn't redeem himself by then,
Well, what would be redeeming himself?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Saving somebody. Just
I'm
hear
sure
me
there's
out,
gonna be plenty
you
of
know?
opportunities to do some saving here.
Shouldn't go exiling, one of our only compatriots in this mission, especially somebody, who could sink us if they, went around talking about what we're trying to accomplish with the, dragons trying to murder us and whatnot, stuff hunting us.
He's
Probably
being
better off.
hunted. He's being hunted too, fool.
Probably better off as a
He
group
wouldn't.
than we are by ourselves.
We are better off as a group. I don't know about him.
I mean that's fine for now, and then if he redeems himself, great. If not, then we'll address it when we get there.
I don't know if I could go to sleep with someone who wasn't willing to have my back. That's kind of like the whole point of
Just
this.
be on watch with him all the
Yeah,
time.
can I diplomacy this and say I'll keep a close eye on him and I'll
You'd
stick
have to
with
beat
him.
my diplomacy. If you can
Yeah,
beat
I'm
my
aware.
diplomacy,
I'm aware.
all right, let's go at it. Here we go.
That is a 24.
All right, hold on.
There it
All
is,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
So be it.
Simone's gonna look down, and he's gonna be like, "I'm not talking to him anymore. He can be here, but I'm not talking to him."
And after Reed said that, I'm gonna say, Reed, why don't you go talk to him, Reed?
Yeah, I'll go have a chat with Kythar.
I'm gonna
You
stay
gotta-
here. I need to cool off.
Hey Kythar, how you doing, pal?
Just trying to find our way to the next area.
All right. Well, Simone's not happy with you, so he's gonna steer clear of you. And as a heads up, the rest of the group isn't happy either. But
Fine by me. They can suck it up all I care.
well,
I'm still here.
All right. Well, we're gonna
I
tag
love the
along.
dedication, Soto. I love the dedication.
We'll I'm gonna wave the rest of the group over. I'm gonna say just we'll play it cool. And I don't know if I can.
But I turned
this.
to Reed. And like, you weren't the only one that you're the only one that knew that we did have somebody that left the group as well to go find and I put in air quotations path.
Wait, what?
Like
Say that again?
Kaitar's getting called out for all this bullshit, but we did also have somebody else in the party who basically during the breakup battle that left the group.
I don't remember who that was.
Oh, that was Arthur.
Yeah, I had a chat with Arthur too. I told him that if we had any hopes of surviving, I think we need to all stick together. And then Arthur.
I
did his
agree.
best to convince
I agree.
him to come back in.
I
So-
ultimately did not leave a man behind. I didn't walk away until after the monster was killed.
Right. So we're just
And as the monster was killed, I did swing my hammer as well. So many people forget that.
we gotta keep sticking together. And then I'm gonna wave the rest of the group along.
I continue to walk away.
And
I'm gonna be super petty, and I'm gonna I'm gonna summon Mount Communal for everyone except for Kythar.
Kythar doesn't even notice his back's his turn. He's still walking.
Do you have somewhere quiet, like you right now, and shut yourself away?
That's fine. I'll do my duty, and I'll stick in the back and stay at least near Kythar enough that I can keep an eye on him, kind of thing.
Okay, it's probably a good call.
Yeah.
All right,
Alrighty.
so
We're moving on.
we're moving on, but I'm assuming we have. We're not assuming. We have to wait for our DM. So maybe we
I'm gonna
take.
go use.
Wait, there's
Yeah.
something we could do. We could take a break,
Go rogue.
but then
Yeah, that's what I'm
time.
thinking. We take a. I guess let's say we'll come back
Alright.
at 8:55.
yeah, keep posting the chat for Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. So do anything else you want to talk about? How you're feeling or your emotions? Can I support you in any way right now?
Cool. Be right back.
All right. Cool. See you guys in a few.
Well, you don't know yet, but you did face particular challenges and struggles. And as far as coping right now and dealing with it, you need to understand that even neurotypical people deal with struggles with coping with the challenges in their life. And that's just part of the human condition of being challenged by life and having to do the best you can with the tools you have to make your way forward through it. And that's something that even I deal with on a regular basis in my own life. Um, and so you're not alone, but some things you just have to, you can rely on me, and you can rely on staff, and you can call dad, and you can rely on dad, and you can lean on us as much as we are able to support you. But there is a point to where it is your job to figure out what your next step is as you move forward in your own life. Well, I'll never do that, Jay. I will never do that. You're allowed to feel the way you feel. I understand. Well, there are some of us who understand that we're all just humans doing the best we can. Are you feeling? Are you feeling better now, Jay? Yeah. Well, I think that means that you need to lean on them as a support system and take their support when they offer it, and then you don't have to worry about them yelling at you when you can't cope. Sounds great, Jay. If you want to talk about your plans for the future, we can talk about your plans for the future. I just want to make sure that you feel heard and that you understand, because I have people waiting for me right now. No, don't apologize. I'm here for you. You're my family. You're the priority, and I want to make sure that you feel heard. But once we start getting off into other stuff, I want you to understand that this is a special circumstance, and I have other things I'm doing right now too. Cool. Okay, Jay. Well, call me tomorrow if you want to talk. I'm off all day, and we can talk anytime you want. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. Okay, well, I hope you guys behaved yourself because I let the stream up. And Jay is doing great. He's doing fine. He had a really rough day today. I am on his emotional support contact list, which happened after his last suicide attempt. So when the phone rings and it's after hours, it's like non-negotiable. I have to pick it up. And so he's doing fine. He just had a rough day with another client. But he just needed to feel listened to and heard because staff just doesn't understand him. So I appreciate you guys for waiting around for that 10 minutes while I helped deal with family crises. Would you guys fill me in on whatever happened in the last 10 minutes?
So we learned that Atesk was about to tell us what the bad guys are, through the voice of our DM.
Gotcha. Okay.
So then we went back and resolved the Kythar issue. Simone and I had like a diplomacy off, and he rolled a nat 1. So.
Okay.
Basically, they've agreed to tag along with Kythar and see if he's going to redeem himself. They're willing to. Simone is basically not going to talk to Kythar, and they're
That's kind of a blessing.
And they're both being a little petty about it. But let's see what else. The summoning the horses. Yeah. Then the. Did I miss something, Soto?
Simone summon mounts for everybody except for Kythar.
Mm-hmm.
So Reed
did he?
basically truck along on the back as Kythar, who's walking in the correct direction, not walking away from the group, who's currently on the same direction as they once were, but I digress. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of talked it over. They kind of talked it over as I walked away.
Cool. So then, did you as a party reach the point to where you're ready to continue traveling together?
Yeah, I think with the summoning of the mounts, I believe
I think
starting.
we're waiting for the explanation of what the big baddies are that are headed towards him. But if that's something that can like be role played while we're heading to the.
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
I will go ahead and take over and tell you. Understand my voice to be Atesk's because this is not.
Well, we're not all.
We're not all back. We're not all
back.
We're
not all back yet. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
No.
You guys can let me know when you get there,
time.
and I will give you guys the exposition dump that you seek.
Everybody should be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that we basically skipped the break this time around. A lot of that has to do with combat. So this may be worked out that we got a natural kind of breaking point towards the end this way.
Also, David, so Summer and I aren't going to have the like Hero Forge models because those are 4 weeks out. You don't have to have a Hero Forge model. That's not a. So what we're gonna order like 2 basic Lashunta ones, and then we're gonna go there and join the paint night and paint everything, and then we're gonna order those ones later.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. The point is just to hang out together. Like, I bought a 6-pack of goblins. Like, everybody could show up with nothing ready, and we could all just paint goblins together, and that would be fine. But, if you guys want to order something and have something to paint and have a stand-in character for the following week when we play, then that's more than fine with me, too.
Cool.
The idea is just to get together.
Home game or whatever?
Yeah, this is my once-a-month Saturday D&D in-person game, which takes place in the same world of Valmina, but it is Soto, Eva, Joe, Summer, and our buddy Pepe. But Eva,
he's so good.
Pepe is great. He's a natural. But I'm honestly just like, I did the good boyfriend thing. and like never pressured Eva to like play. I'd like watch Critical Role in the
I was
background.
gonna say, I think I pressured her more than anything.
Right. I played Critical Role in the background, and she'd like watch it with me for like a little while, and then we'd switch gears. But she was talking with Soda one day, and Soda basically started pitching D&D as a hobby, and I literally like took my headset off, put it on Eva, and was like, have fun talking with Soda, and I like did something else for an hour. And then I came back, and Soto had basically convinced Eva to at least try playing D&D with us. And
You rolled a nat 20 on
he rolled a nat 20 on charisma. And Eva's
Just like to
played
put
2
out my
sessions with us,
resume.
including and a session 0, and has loved all of it so far. So
Hell yeah.
so that's
Oh, she
pretty
loves it.
I love it is a she enjoys it. Love might be a generous term, but she does definitely enjoy it. I've
Good.
talked about the idea of doing like a one shot because Marissa also approached me wanting to be a part of a group at some point. And in much the same way that Summer wanted to be involved for a while, and I kind of put her on the back burner and was like, yeah, when I have time, I now kind of have done that for Marissa as well. And I, in my kind of mind's eye, figure that we'll have a J Street showdown at some point where the neighbors and I just get together and do like a one shot, like we just wander across the driveway and play on a Saturday or something, you know, and just like do
That's
a little
cool.
D&Ding. And she's like, yeah, that sounds great, you know. So she's definitely open to more D&D, which is always a good sign, right? So
Nice.
yeah. Are we all back?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then
Present.
my understanding is that a Tesk has gone to basically exposition dump the rest of you guys and tell you what the fuck just happened to the best of his ability. Because this is not something that Tyler the player and myself have discussed at length, I'm just going to take over and tell you what a Tesk tells you, so just understand my voice to be a Tesk's for at least the next short bit of time.
Okay.
So who asked a Tesk the question? What is he actually answering?
Aaron.
Was it Aaron?
Yeah, Monzo.
Well, Joe, Reed asked first,
Yeah.
but I did ask as well. So
What I was away. What did you ask? What was the
I
words
asked,
you said to a Tesk?
I asked who those people were and why they're after him.
Monzo?
yeah, I echoed the same thing. I said, did you know that guy?
Okay. So a Tesk turns to the rest of you and says, well, I don't really remember anything before the college. And we're not supposed to leave. And there's lots of stories about what happened to people who leave, but nobody ever wrote them down. They're not like books. They're not real. They were like stories I heard from people. So I kind of wanted to test it out, and I kind of just put all the stories together, and then I got away, but there aren't any stories about people who get away. They always come back, and there are stories about what happens to people who try to get away, and there are stories about what happens to the people who get drugged back here. They're not good stories, but there are like lots of really smart magic elf people who know a lot of really crazy secret magic, and there are things like that. And he like points down the cliff that, like, you know, it just tumbled down, this creature. There are things like that have been seen like circling around the islands where the college is, in the eye of the storm, and they're like guardians, but I guess they also come find people. like me. Who
They're like Dementors.
Plus,
That was my first thought. It's like, oh, it's a Dementor.
that's fine. Cool.
I'm gonna be like, how many of these guardians circled around this puto fucking college?
Well, when you're in a tower where, like, it's built on a small island and you're looking out a window, I mean, you can only see one or two of them at a time, but you know there's more than one or two of them out there,
Well,
right?
You did all this without thinking to put anything, any more armor than what you currently have on.
I feel like that's a question for Realitasc.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you don't want armor to weigh down when you're casting spells.
All right.
I'm gonna
I
kind of
have-
shrug my shoulders and be like, this is like a footnote in our total like journey so far. Some one puto fucking bird dragon thing kind of attacks. Like,
Yeah, but he's trying to take me away. I don't want to go.
yeah, but like, you know, besides one puto, the rest of us are gonna fucking defend you, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and you said when you read all those stories, there was never anybody escaping. You never read about that.
Tesk,
I
if you
would-
want to roll a d20 for me, any like take your pick of your knowledge, because I know you have at least one or two of them. But just I want to see
Is this an intelligence roll?
this. This could be an intelligence roll. Yeah.
Because I can roll it twice using my once a day ability. So
I
I'm gonna
think
do
that
it.
this is the one time a day that's a good idea.
And it's worse.
Oh,
Okay.
it's worse.
Not a good idea.
You got you
got
are
the iron
slightly-
luck.
you are
You're
slightly
not meant to know
concussed
anything
from
about
being
this.
grappled.
What's your?
I have
final
no
roll?
knowledges trained, so
Starting to think Kythar might have had the right idea
No
here.
knowledge is trained. So it's on a 6.
yeah.
A Tesk turns to you guys and is like, well, there are stories of people leaving for a little while, but nobody ever stays gone.
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna walk up to him and clap him on the shoulders like a little too hard and say, "They're gonna have to write a new story, won't they?" But I'll like forget that he has a broken rib, you know.
Hey man,
Nope.
he's got a
Oh.
broken rib.
Oh, you're right.
That hurt a little.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, they didn't have Vatas like us here.
I know Tyler doesn't have a lot of health. Is he not back at full health?
I don't
Or
know.
close to it?
No, I actually didn't take any damage.
Oh,
He's got a
'Cause
he's got a
'cause he
scuffed
jumped off
knee.
the cliff. He was out of all the range of
Yeah.
all the stuff.
I see.
Well, should we keep going? Is there anything else you remember? They may
Wait.
come back, right? Oh, we're waiting.
I guarantee they're gonna come back. Probably.
Hey DM, can we roll a perception check, or can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything left behind from that horrible abomination?
I will save you the roll. It tumbled way the fuck off this cliff. There's not a damn thing left behind, except there is a single shimmering scale, like resting on the platform below, where in the tussle of combat, one was knocked loose. And you can see
Ooh.
it reflecting light from where you guys stand up above.
What about the spikes from its tail?
Those are still embedded in this wall behind the people it shot at.
Arthur's gonna go try and get that scale.
I know Arthur has a rope on his pack. There are different boulders to anchor himself to. Easily enough done with enough time. He crawls down. Please add 1 shimmering scale to your inventory as you collect the scale. It is a deep, deep, deep blue, almost purple, navy in tone, very, very dark. If there weren't any light glistening off it, it would appear black. But because you have some daylight and you can kind of shimmy this back and forth, you're able to move this about 2-inch by 3-inch scale in your hand and see the fluorescence of it.
May be good for examining later. And I'll climb up the rope and harness it, put it back into my satchel, and then show the party.
Okay, so are we good to go now?
Can I do a detect magic on that scale?
You do detect magic on that scale, and it absolutely comes back with a magical aura, as if the creature it came off of was magical in nature.
Not that it's being affected by a current spell kind of thing?
No. Just the creature
Okay.
that it was based off of is inherently magical.
Okay. My main worry is that we're basically picking up a tracking device. But I think our tracking device, just fixes ribs, so I think we'll have to...
If anything, we'll have 2 tracking devices at worst and 1 at best.
Yeah. So like I said before our break, I'm going to summon a mount for everyone except for Kythar. And I guess Reed too, since Reed's going to be walking with Kythar, right? Reed?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was on mute. Yes.
You're
yes.
fine.
So then, logistically, those of you who have a magical mount, how far ahead are you riding? How far behind are you leaving the walkers? What are you guys doing?
I'm leaving a mount for Reed, so he can pull his horse if he wants.
Okay.
Yes. I do want to make note that I picked up my shield before we left.
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
And
But
I'd
I
like to
will-
get my rope back from a task. I'd stick my hand out for it.
Give it back.
The magic thing, climbing rope thing.
The bondage equipment.
Yeah, got you. Then I just need to know how, because obviously those of you on horses are going to be able to travel much faster than the ones not on horses. So who's traveling at what rate?
I will be traveling at the normal rate that we were going before on horses.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Kythar and I'm gonna say, I don't think they're gonna wait for us. So I think the 2 of us are gonna have to try and. fit on
By
this
all
horse.
means, man.
And
I'm
then
not you
I
behind.
look at the horse.
Who just looks at you with pleading eyes like, don't do this to me, man.
Can I diplomacy roll?
The horse.
The horse.
But you-
Animal
You
handling?
can't speak to the horse. No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
you're not druid.
There is an animal handling skill.
yeah, I know.
I love that with bleeding eyes.
Well, Kythar, what do you think?
I'm not holding you back, man. I'll catch up eventually.
All right.
I think he was saying to jump on the horse with him.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Look, it's not gonna be comfortable.
Well, I just want to make sure the horse is not gonna disappear when I jump on it.
No, I don't think so. We'll take our chances. Worst case scenario, we fall.
Risk it for a biscuit.
All right.
And
You're right,
Kythar
bitch.
makes a move towards it, and the horse takes a step away.
I'm gonna whoa, easy. It's just temporary. It's temporary.
Stops his feet.
You know, I'm gonna stroke between its eyes, that part of its head. Just be all right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that animal handling check now, please. Thank you.
Okay.
If it's a 1, he
we're
gets red
rolling-
rocket.
Rolling cold. Nice.
Is
I
that a
was gonna
final
say,
of 8?
That's a final of 8.
And remind me, Reed, where are you?
In front, I was stroking its head.
Horse turns around, boom, kicks you. You slam against the wall and take 6 damage of blunt damage as this
Yikes.
thing just like kicks you against the wall.
All right. Well,
Got
that's
off
cool.
easy.
I'm gonna look at Kythar. I'm gonna say, I guess that's a no.
I turn around and start walking.
All right. Well, I'm gonna catch up to him so we don't get lost.
You're catching up to the rest of your party,
Yes.
leaving Carthar behind you.
Well, they're way behind us, right? Or they're way ahead of us, aren't they?
They're moving ahead of you. Yeah.
Can we still see them?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
Because it is
we'll-
like a rocky terrain. We're not like at a full gallop.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're like trotting away.
Yeah, we're like
speed.
trotting.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Plus,
Gotcha.
plus
No,
also
Because keep in mind,
plus-
this was so narrow. Everybody was leading their horses when the strange creature showed up. Like, you guys weren't riding horses. You guys were just leading them through
Right.
because of how narrow this was in the first place.
And
Yeah.
what I'll just go ahead and do, I'll just roll a fucking survival check to see if I lose sight of them, I'll roll a survival check to keep track of their fucking hooves.
There's only one obvious path ahead of you, so you're set for now. No big deal. I just kind of the spacing is what I'm going for. Like, if everybody is just riding ahead of you, then they'll have to make the conscious decision to wait for you at their lunch break to catch up. And if they leave you, you know what I mean? It's like it'll. I'm looking for that kind of pacing.
That's up to the group.
Right.
Mhm.
So as far
I
as
guess
I'm
I'll just keep
concerned,
walking
it
then.
sounds like everybody is going to lead their horses out until they can hop on them. Then everybody is going to hop on their respective mounts and ride them at a steady trot for as long as they can until the end of the spell, which I think is like 8 or 10 hours or something. Kythar, meanwhile, is going to be stuck walking, which will put him significantly behind the group, but he'll still catch up at some point behind you guys. But that's the exact kind of detail that I'm looking for. Because your guys as players, you know, we're talking about hours passing over a day of travel. So at some point, somebody's going to look over their shoulder and be like, I haven't seen Kythar for a while. Like, where do you think he is? You know, so that's up to you guys.
Simone would be fueled by rage right now, so
He
is
doesn't
not.
care.
I don't give it. Simone would not give a shit. I love you, Soto. Anthony Ramos loves Soto.
and I want to, I think this is a great point because this is probably the first point in our campaign where we've had inter-character conflict that I personally feel like is based on in-character decisions that you guys as players have consciously made. So this is a great point to reiterate. This is a great point to reiterate that we are all friends in real life.
100%.
But that these are fantasy characters who are motivated by their own complexes of their past and their motivations and their desires and their goals, and that sometimes that will cause some conflict within the party. And as long as on the long-term scale we resolve all that stuff, it's just another opportunity for roleplay.
Monzo is going to suggest that as soon as we're able to, as soon as the path is it, how long is it narrow for? I guess.
So you guys
So
travel.
we're walking our horses.
Everybody's basically walking at the beginning of this journey while they make their way across this narrow ledge, which is where this creature chose to attack. And you guys are traveling for probably just a few hours, and the path widens up some. Because I remind you, you guys are heading downhill. You're heading back into more hilly terrain and back to like sea level, quote unquote, rather than being up at elevation passing through this like high mountain pass, which is kind of where you guys are now. So after an hour or two of travel, the road widens out and becomes more substantial, and it becomes a lot like that terrain that you guys camped on 2 nights ago. And I'm going to load that map up for you real quick just so that you can remember.
What time is it?
Let me see here. You guys would only be traveling for about half the day, so you guys are probably looking to take your lunch break at the first wide pass that you get to. So
That's what I was going to suggest.
So that's going to be, we'll say, this is a map that I've already used for you guys. This is where you camped last night. But now that you've gotten through the narrow part of the pass, things are starting to widen out again. So you're still elevation. You still have a couple of days journey to go. That's all going to be literally downhill. But for your lunchtime midday stop, you're still elevation, but a comfortable place like this where it's 40 feet wide at the narrowest point and 100 feet wide at the wider points. So much more comfortable for you guys to spend time on. What do you guys want to do? Kythar is not here yet. He's still following behind you.
We should make a lunch camp here, and wait to regroup.
That sounds good.
Sounds good. I'll go hunting, unless you have something to cook already.
No, I don't have anything. I don't have anything.
Wow, we don't have any goat left?
No, I haven't seen a goat in days.
That was a pretty girthy goat.
Really not have any left? Or you just not want to share?
Well, I haven't seen a goat. Are you asking about the meat? Yeah, I have some goat meat. I dried it for the occasion.
Are we all like around hanging out eating lunch right now then?
Everybody except Kythar, yes.
So Simone's gonna kind of look up from his ration that he can't really eat, and he's gonna look at everyone and just be like, that's how my parents died.
What?
Oh shit.
What?
Being when you're in a mercenary group, or mercenary, when you're a merchant, you're a big target, and he's gonna kind of like get quiet for a second. He's gonna be like, I called him my Theo. He sold us out, and that's how my parents got killed. That's why I take loyalty so seriously. Because when that happens, people get killed.
Who did your uncle
and then some bandits. We got raided.
Arthur's pretty moved.
If I didn't have Will at that time, I don't know.
Some heavy shit.
I could see why Kythar doing what he did mess with you.
It's as you can see why it's kind of unforgivable to me.
Maybe you should tell him that,
It's not my... I'm just going to kind of get quiet.
Arthur's going to go for the bro
think
hug.
he'll understand you a little better?
I'm going to give Arthur give him like one of the side, not side, but like, the one, but like where you both come in at the back where it's like boom at the same time.
Yeah.
Real
Boom.
powerful hug. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of have a moment.
Yeah.
Let Simone. You give him a sec.
Yeah. So that's
what?
Why.
What do you want to do about Kythar then? What's your?
Aren't you still with Kythar, Reed?
No,
he caught
Yeah,
up.
he hopped on his
Oh,
horse and caught up with you guys. You guys all have left Kythar behind.
Gotcha.
Once we got to a point where we were,
Okay.
I was gonna lose you. I stayed with you.
I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna kind of like. I'm gonna like lift up my lokes for a second and wipe my eyes, and then put my. Yeah, that's what they are. They're basically lokes. Yeah,
buddy.
And I'm gonna put them back down, and I'm gonna be like, "This is a party, fool. Not one person makes the decisions. If everyone feels comfortable enough with him being around, then I'll have to accept it. No one here is making the decisions for everyone."
It's safe to say that we're all still a little uneasy.
Did you talk to him? What did he say?
He said we can fuck off, and He said that he's not the only one that tried to run away.
I start laughing.
Wait, what? What happened?
Sorry, because you said it was like an emotional moment. And it's like, oh well, what did Kaitar said? He said we can all fuck off.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am kind of quoting him. I am quoting him verbatim, though.
I think that's funny.
Yeah.
And Reed, as you're reiterating what Kythar was saying, you can hear the distant crunch of footfalls on gravel in the distance.
Shit. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You were talking about what Kythar had said.
He said we can all fuck off, but he. Oh shit! God damn it! What did he say? I just had it.
Check your notes. Check your notes.
He said he wasn't the only one who ran away from the fight, and I'm gonna look at Professor Struve, who, ran and hid for a little bit, but at the same time, he's also not the kind of person who's gonna charge in because he has a firearm. I guess that wasn't a character. I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah.
so then I will rephrase that for you. Reed says, "Well, Kythar says he wasn't the only one who ran away," and then sheepishly looks up at Arthur.
Yeah, then you're gonna see Arthur pull his satchel out and go, "Well, if you wanted me to throw it at 60 feet and not get this crazy demonic creature to land using this burden stone, I could have done that too, if that made you or the party more happy, but I think you wanted results first."
And please correct me if I'm interpreting this incorrectly, but that sounds almost to me like Arthur is kind of asserting himself a little bit and being like, "No, bitch, I threw a burden stone. I did my part." Is that accurate? Is that the tone that Arthur is getting across here?
I mean, it's terse, but it's not particularly mean. It's just if you wanted
It's
courage
curt.
more than
It's
results, then yeah. So
And he said that to Reed.
to Reed in response to Kythar's
See,
feedback.
I just gave you a look. I didn't say anything.
And before you guys have an opportunity to resolve this moment, Kythar appears from around the corner and crunch, makes his way up, following his nose to the smell of rations. Stover, Arthur, please roll me a survival check. I know you were going to go hunting. We never got to that. Please roll me that survival check real quick.
Okay. That's a 14.
14. It's not a goat today, but it is a pair of rabbits, is what it is today. So Kythar comes around the corner to the smell of rabbit meat, which he is very familiar with, over an open fire.
Taking the hint that I'm not really welcome to the group, I go sit on the outskirts of where the horses are and start eating my rations. My own rations.
Okay, fair enough.
Simone will stay where he's at.
Reed, you were the one who was speaking.
No, our Professor Struve finished speaking, and then Kythar came up. Correct.
So Reed and Arthur were having a conversation as Kythar approached. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Does Kythar hear it?
He's within earshot now.
Okay.
He didn't hear what you had to say before, but he will hear whatever you say from this point on.
He didn't hear Professor Struve, though.
No, not that you guys know.
Okay. So nobody else has a response to what Professor Struve said? Okay.
Simone said his
that's the
part.
kicker.
He's
Now
going to.
Kythar's within earshot, so anything you say at this
Yeah,
point will be heard.
I don't have anything to say to that. He just kind of laid it out there as to what he did, and I get that. So.
Okay, then Arthur seeing that Reed, there's some nonverbal actions going on. So
Yeah,
Arthur reads the the face of Reed and simmers down.
Cool.
Does Kythar walk past us to get to the horses, or where is Kythar?
That's a good
I'm
question.
just-
Kythar, where are you?
I'm just sitting on the edge of the camp. I walk past the group. If they're holding up, I walk right through them.
Well, that's the thing. If he walks through us, I'm gonna
Let's
ask
say
him.
for roleplay purposes, Kythar comes into the vision of everyone stopped for lunch, and now is the point where if you have something to say to Kythar, feels like the naturally appropriate time to say that for any character which does.
Monzo will stand up. He was like sitting quietly, and then he's going to look at Sigbert and say, "Hey, Sigbert,
What's up?
would you die for Reed?"
I mean, in the heat of the battle, I'm going to protect my fellow.
A task. Would you die for Kythar?
I already have. Almost.
Hey, Kythar, would
Almost
you
died several
die
times.
for us?
So Kythar,
Still here, aren't I?
You hear Monzo asking these questions. Would you die for Reed? Would you die for Kythar? Hey
Yeah, I heard.
Monzo, or hey, Kythar, would you die for us? Like you hear Monzo holler over at you on the outskirts.
All I say is I'm still here, aren't I?
True.
It's true.
I didn't walk away while we were being attacked, were we? Was I?
No. You did bop it on the head when you could have dropped your shiny hammer on its head, though.
It wasn't an advantage attack by doing so. My foot was closer.
All right, I didn't see. It's just what it looked like. I mean, as long as we got a goat on the fire here.
Look,
People
look.
kind
All
of
right,
become-
shut up.
Yeah, go
This is
and
what I
rep.
got to say about it. All right. My clan was fucking decimated by orcs. At the time, I was a small child. I could not defend my clan. I am one of the only ones left. I've been living by myself and looking out for myself for 40 years. Yes, I've been part of many groups here and there, but I've survived those groups. And I tend to survive this group as well. Unfortunately, the young man over or not the young man, well, he's younger than me. Fortunately, that young man over there,
And who are you
Boy.
pointing towards?
Young boy.
a Tesk. Not
a
Reed.
task. A task.
Okay, cool. That's why I'm asking.
No, I point over a Tesk. 'Cause, unfortunately, that man's not gonna make it.
What do you
For
mean he's not
I'm
going
gonna
to
be
make it?
fine.
From my experience, his kind does not make it.
Do you know how many times I've
So-
almost died?
So let me finish. So, from my experience, and for what I've lived through my life, I'm gonna make it out of this party. And I
My
sit down.
experience,
I sit down and
know-
one
continue
that
eating my
doubts their fellow
Sigbert, go ahead.
warrior, the one
More
that
time.
fails. I said, from my experience, which seems to be a little bit longer than yours, the person that doubts their fellow soldier in battle tends to be the one that dies. But
Well, from a man that can't
another
even
opinion,
protect him,
something.
for a man that can't really protect himself, I don't know what to say. Still looking at a desk.
There
I
was
want to
a,
know how Simone is reacting to this moment.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is he fuming over there?
After the conversation that literally just happened, out of Kythar's earshot, granted, but the conversation that literally just happened, I really want to know what Simone is doing.
Simone's probably sitting there quietly still, looking down, so the rest of the party can't really see his face,
That's great.
and continuing to listen.
So Simone's listening. Arthur, what's Arthur's response to this? Kythar has just basically point blank called out a Tesk as unable to take care of himself. How is Arthur responding to this?
Let's see.
This roleplay and character development is fucking great. I love it, by the way.
Me too.
I hope Becky's sitting down with popcorn just fucking munching.
I really hope so too, because she
Drinking some
hasn't
wine.
put anything in chat in a while, but I really hope she's hearing all this. Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur's going to remain unfazed, ready for what Kythar's going to say next, and take a bowl of rabbit soup.
Becky just says the drama is immaculate. So I'm going to give you guys a golf clap. Congratulations, players. You're doing a great job. Let's go ahead and finish this bad boy out. So Arthur, I'm sorry, what is Arthur's response?
For goodness sakes, man. He's eating his soup and waiting for Kythar to speak up again. And pretty much the well, we're waiting kind of nonverbal cue.
Okay, now I'm going to open it up to everybody who's not Kythar at this point. Anything else the rest of you would like to say in this reactionary moment?
He can't take care of himself when a dragon attacks him on a cliff's edge? If you were alone, Kythar, would you have fared better?
Better than him.
That's a very rude thing to say.
That's a very...
I think I've done pretty well for myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you were able to escape a school. Congratulations.
I think what we have here though is stronger than the individual. I think if we're all in this together, I think we're gonna be okay. Kythar, you're used to having to stick up for yourself, but buddy, we got you.
I believe everybody should be able to stick up for themselves.
Yeah, of course everybody should be able to stick up for themselves, but
In that
you're
case,
stronger in numbers. Look at us. I mean, we're practically a small army here.
I'm just eating my rations. Continue.
I mean, that's what I said. I mean, we just gotta stick together. So that's what I think.
And
That's Reed's opinion.
And the scent of campfire smoked hair meat fills the air, and the sound of fat crackling on the fire fills the space in between the conversations. And Monzo, you were saying something?
Monzo forgot what he was saying, and I guess the goat is ready.
The two rabbits. The two hares are ready. Yes.
Okay, so Monzo's gonna walk over there and he's gonna say, "Well, I think what Kythar is saying is because our sorcerer friend is so weak, he doesn't want to defend him." Is that what you're saying, Kythar?
I shrug my shoulders and keep on eating my rations.
I'm in conversation, but my dog just threw up on me, so.
Oh.
Twist.
And your DM is gonna step in, and I'm sorry, Sigbert. Did you have something to say? I thought I heard your voice.
I had something that I wanted to do though, while all this is going on, if that's okay.
1 second, Reed. Sigbert,
Yes.
Did you have something to say? I thought I heard your voice.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Reed, what was that you wanted to do?
While Monzo was speaking, I kind of wanted to walk over to Simone, and kind of kneel down next to him, and be like, "Hey man, I know you're probably fuming right now, but I think you and Kythar got some shit to hash out here, and I'm not on anybody's side, but I think you guys got to talk about it."
Hold on here.
Ooh, we got a self-imposed role going on right now. Internal decision-making happening.
Simone's going to say, I think the time for talking is done.
So what do you want to do? You don't just gonna not talk to each other for the rest of the however long this thing lasts for?
I think we need to make a
think that's how-
decision.
Are you saying this to just me or everybody?
I'm saying this for everyone who can hear me.
Close enough to
all
hear you.
within earshot. Even
That's
Kythar
fine.
on the fringes can hear at this point.
Totally fine.
I'm gonna say fine by me. I'm done talking.
He is, and you can tell that I'm like face is tremoring, like I'm quivering, with like emotions. It's like when you're so overwhelmed, you know what I mean? Like with with emotions that you can't really, like, your adrenaline's running.
Yep.
And you're
And
on like night mode.
it's like and Simone's just gonna be like, it's either we get rid of him, he leaves right now, or I'll make him leave.
And with that,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna end the session on that note.
God damn it!
So Simone lays out this ultimatum to the party, and you guys will need to take a week to think about where you stand, where your loyalties lie, what's important to your characters, how much this party matters to you, and in a week, we will see what those answers are.
Stay tuned for our next episode of
D&D.
And to quote Becky, all in caps lock, cliffhanger, the drama, the suspense. So
fucking
Boy.
we got it, guys.
A
Thank you
Critical Role.
guys
They did watch
for
the show.
really stepping into your characters and for not, because I know that we as human beings, as real people, as players, have an agreement to tell this story together. And I love that you are now taking your characters into that point of conflict where you as players will have to decide, like, where's my give and take? What is my character willing to concede? How am I gonna continue working with this party? And you guys can take a week and figure out what that means to you. I encourage you to communicate with each other and like work stuff out ahead of time and figure out what your characters are cool with and not cool with. I encourage you to reach out to me if you're like, hey, I want to try this crazy thing. Hey, I want to see how the party reacts to this. Let me know. And we'll figure it out next week.
I'm gonna go over to the back of Simone and hit him with a blackjack.
Fuck no, I got a hammer that could do that twice in 1 second. Sorry,
That's true. He's got a speed hammer at this point. He's got the meth hammer right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Then we will we'll pick this up next week. We'll see what happens. We'll start at the lunch break. You guys will have some travel ahead of you. You'll probably have some interpersonal stuff to deal with before we even start hitting the road again. And we'll start next session with a little bit
Should I
of
start
roleplay.
creating a new character just in case?
I always encourage.
I
everyone-
don't turn down a duel as many times. Like I think I fought like 2.
You even
Like,
You should all have your backup character already built and ready to go. Just full disclosure, everybody
I already
should have a
have one.
second character ready to go right now. And if you don't, you should take some time to set that up between now and next week, because
Hint,
death
hint.
is a possibility for anyone at any time.
I have a backup character. I just don't know how much gold they're supposed to have and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I'll give that all to you when it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for being here. I can't run a game unless I have players to play it. So I think this session was. I personally had a ton of fun. I loved watching you guys. I feel come into your own as characters a little bit. And I can't wait to see what next session looks like.
And let me reiterate, Soto, I love you to death.
You're good. I had to get over the initial shock. Just don't get me wrong. Got to get over the shock. But I'm good.
Okay, good.
I'm
I,
good.
Just
I
want to
love
make sure.
everybody jumping in.
I would kill Simone off quicker if it upset you. No problem. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
fuck that. I want to kill
yeah.
off a Tusk. He's the weak link. I've been like, fuck this guy.
Wow.
So next week,
Wow.
are we just gonna have a death match between a Tusk and Soto to see
Okay,
who's
so hold on.
Incredible.
And so is the real question here, is the group okay with this happening? That's the real question here.
To be
We'll
clear,
find out
Is
next
everyone
week.
just going to be like,
Bonzo
all
would
right,
not.
this isn't my problem. I want to step back. I've been hanging out with these guys for a month, but
Oh
you
man,
know.
this is too much. I don't know if I can handle this. I'm gonna go start watching the corner.
Next week.
Did you just do a spit take, David?
I did. I literally just did a spit take.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, guys. And with that, I'm going to end stream. Thank you guys for a wonderful night, and I will catch you all next week.
See you guys later. Love you
All right.
all.
Love
Good
you
night, guys.
all.
Love you
Later.
too.
Love you
You
guys.
too.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you guys for joining us. Becky, big hearts to you as well. Thank you for being here. And I will catch you next week or probably sooner. You got my number. I'll see you guys later.